pocket into an IRA in gold and silver. Text my name Buck to 989898 and receive a free no obligation info kit. Text BUCK to 989898 with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers. You can trust Birch Gold like I do. Text Buck to 989898.
Hey, it's Mike with Atlanta Painting Company. In this fall, we invite you to transform your home. Our expert team brings color to life with top quality paints and flawless finishes, and leading the industry with our color consultants. Whether it's a fresh coat of paint for one room or an entire exterior makeover, the Atlanta Painting Company has you covered. So, trust the local pros for reliable, professional service when you need to revive your home or business. Find us at atlantapaintingcompany.com or call us at 1-800-PAINTING. That's atlantapaintingcompany.com. The Atlanta Painting Company, the painters you can trust.
Looking for bold discussions on vital issues? Tune in to the Janelle King Show every Saturday at 3 p.m. with an encore episode every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on Extra 106.3, where we dive into kitchen table topics that are essential for a strong republic. Don't miss an episode, but if you do, it's all good because we have new podcasts that drop every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't miss out on these thought-provoking conversations.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
They're admitting fault on Tom Graham. Fox News, the Secret Service out with a report detailing the law enforcement failures that led up to the July 13th near assassination of former President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Acting Director Ronald Rowe claims they also made changes.
Since July 13th, we have been securing successfully outdoor events. And what you're seeing is an increased use of assets, increased use of ballistic glass. So we certainly make sure that when they are out there at an outdoor venue, that we are using our protective methodologies to create that safe environment.
The report blaming communication issues between the Secret Service and local law enforcement agencies. Vice President Kamala Harris campaigning in swing states of Georgia and Wisconsin today. Earlier, she joined media mogul Oprah Winfrey in Battleground, Michigan for a live stream event. Fox's Jackie Heinrich.
Harris struggled to answer many of the same questions that she has been posed, the same questions that voters have about her, their top issue, like what she would do on the economy.
On that point about the Affordable Care Act, all based on concepts of a plan. Concepts. Their Project 2025 agenda would pull our nation backward.
Obviously, President Trump has distanced himself from Project 2025 many times. Even the White House from the podium acknowledged that they can't pin Project 2025 on Trump. And in their language, when they talk about it, they say it's embraced by Republicans.
And with the election just 6 weeks away, polling does show the economy remains the number one issue for voters. A new Associated Press NORC survey reports 4 in 10 say Trump would do a better job on the economy, while 4 in 10 say their money is on the vice president. Well, about 1 in 10 say they don't trust either. Well, about 1 in 10 say they trust both candidates equally. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey, Donald Trump Jr. here. Central banks are buying gold at record amounts, and the trend is accelerating in 2024. They see the writing on the wall. The dollar is failing. Is gold the answer for you too? To find out, get a free info kit from Birch Gold Group by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold, the only gold company I trust, right now.
Message and data rates may apply.
And now we're talking. Howdy, howdy, 303, Let It Rip Friday, and it's only me, it's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, it's Flounder. And it's Letter Rip Friday. 404-741-1230 is our number. And we got so much stuff today. We may have to go a little long. We just got too much. We may have to speed up everything. I'll talk really quickly today because otherwise we're just going to speed it up because we got stuff to do. Anyway, Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon. What's new in the last 24 hours, sir? Anything, sir?
Guess what my favorite color is?
Well, your favorite color, I would say green.
Why?
Because you're wearing it. I can see you on the picture.
True. But it is green. And you know why?
Oh, well, why? Your favorite color is green? Oh, I missed my Saturday. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, your color's green.
Yeah, I pointed to say Saturday.
I was paying attention, and I should have ignored you entirely and done what I normally do, and instead I screwed my own intro. But that's okay, because we're a team effort here. So why is green your favorite color?
Well, you know how much I like green?
How much you like green?
I like it better than blue and yellow combined.
Blue and yellow combined, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, then. I thought it was red and brown made something different, all right? Anyway, Flounder, what's new with you in there today?
Just hearing bad jokes, so
well,
doing
we're
okay.
Another roaring start. This show could put us over the top. Honest to God.
We're on the top.
I'm a little nervous because I heard Mr. Dick the other day say, after those guys did the show and the Kimmer went home sick there, we really don't need 3 guys in there, So I could be a real bad sign there. 305.
You saw the email too?
I don't get emails. They don't send me email. I don't get squat. You know what? You think, for God's sakes, if they want to talk to me, they come in and talk to me. And I was hearing you guys get these freaking secret emails. I don't even know. I don't have this email stuff. I don't get anything.
Flounder, how many times has he said that nobody from management should come in there and talk to him?
Well, that's true. I'm saying, but I say should leave me the hell alone. They all know better, by the way.
Which one?
Well, Steve and Scott and Matt and Mike and Mark and all of them. Geez. Anyway, all right, 305. Okay, 404-741-1230. All right, we got a million things. We'll have a double edition. We'll do it early and again late because that's how much we care about you, making sure in case you missed it, you have a chance to regroup without having to replay the whole show later on today or tonight. We will do the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater Bad Text Theater Playhouse this afternoon. Also, you're going to be hearing the Babylon Bee. I didn't know that they did this. The Babylon Bee crew has either done or hired somebody to sing a song of their satire stuff about the state of California, which is pretty clever. It's a little hard to hear at some parts of it, but it's really well done, very professionally done. I love the Babylon Bee. I've got a bunch of their little headlines things that are they're just hysterical. Speaking of headline hysterical things, Pete Davis will have some tweets. We've got a game. We've got some artificial intelligence updates. I've got more dental thing to kind of talk about, which is an amazing stuff that I'm amazed. I forgot to tell you, the newfangled teeth cleaning thing is unbelievable. I couldn't believe how easy I'll talk about it a little later on. Also, you're going to hear from Carmela last night. By the way, here they go again. She's going to say, Vice President Annie Oakley. yeah. I think she's the original Black Mamba from the Kill Bill movies or something. It's Carmela's side piece. On Oprah, they had to do a live streaming with celebrities, and she's going to count that as an interview. She said, well, I get interviewed, I ask questions all the time. Maybe you'll hear some of the word salad. Honestly, it made me cringe when I heard some of this stuff. And your calls, and we got so much. Wow, what is school break? What is this school break all of a sudden? The morning show guys are already started early. Everybody's taking off. What the hell is the schools
September?
Are off for a week? Yeah. There's some kind of fall break, and the schools are out. And
when I was
heard
a
them
kid,
talking this morning. They said, well, they got to take the vacation time because the kids are out of school. So the parents have to do something to take care of their kids that are no longer in school next week.
When I was a kid, we had spring break and summer.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
And winter.
Thanksgiving, 2 days or whatever. Yeah, Christmas,
the
3
Christmas
days.
break, but you
didn't get fall break. What the hell is fall break?
What the hell is fall break?
I swear to God,
it's not even fall yet.
The guys this morning said they got to take the time off because otherwise their kids will be home alone.
No wonder we got a nation of idiots.
Jeez. Seriously, it's flabbergasting. Okay, man, a couple of newsy things that are just screaming me about these freaking liberals. A couple of quick stories. Today, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill to deport illegal immigrant sneak-in invaders who have been convicted of domestic violence and rape And let's see, sex offenders, sexual predators, child traffickers, using minors in sexual performance, soliciting minors to practice prostitution, distributing child pornography, transporting with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, using sex offenders and minors as children. The House passed a bill to deport illegal invaders who got caught doing this stuff. Guess what? 158 House Democrats said, no, we don't support that. 158 American Democrats voted against a bill to deport illegal invading rapists. And you know why they did it? Well, let's see. I love this. Congressman, Representative Poopy Pants, Jerry Nadler, that fat duck walking, looks like he's trying to squeeze out something on the way to the pharmacy. Fat Jerry Nadler of the Penguin says, well, this law won't fix a loophole. It may be really extremely harsh and unintended consequences. That Pramila Jayapala, the chick from Washington, the Democrat, the really snaky girl. Republicans went to the House floor pretending to take care about victims of domestic violence, but it's a cover for continuing to scapegoat immigrants. They're more concerned with protecting illegal invaders. 158 Democrats voted no.
They're protecting rapists that are raping American girls and women.
My head's exploding. I swear to God.
They're not Americans. They're not. Quit calling them Americans. They're not. They hate us. They hate women. They hate girls.
It's just absolutely stunning. All right, Father, we got a couple of sound bites in here because you're going to hear from Vice President Carmela Annie Oakley side piece last night with Oprah and all her celebrity girlfriends. Let's do cut number 4 first here, Flounder. Even Oprah Winfrey called out the Vice President, started doing her word salad stuff, and Oprah Winfrey said, well, to answer this guy's question, about what to do to secure the southern border, and she kept word bopping and everything else. Here's an example of her word salad. Cut number 4, Flounder, what she said last night.
We are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. What? Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions
came into being
for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism is to fight for the ideals of who we are.
Oh my God. I'm going to pull my freaking ears out. I can't believe this woman. My God. Let's do one more right here real quick.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you see Oprah looking at her?
I know. Oprah saying, I guarantee Oprah saying, I could have done it better. Oprah would have been a better presidential candidate. Oprah would get more. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. All right, hold on. Before you go nuts, sir. When a couple in the audience, again, this is her saying, well, I took a lot of questions. Yeah, from a couple in the audience are wondering, how the hell are we going to start affording things because of crushing economy? Cut number 2, Flounder. Check this answer out about how did he get the prices down? Here's what she said.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams.
Rightly the right
and
to have
ambitions for your family. And working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
Yeah. Oh, so you really explained it well. My God!
We are all dumber for having heard what you just said.
I don't know what she said.
No, she says nothing.
Holy crap, and there's so much more.
We should play that every single day between now and the election.
Flounder, make a note. Just every break, instead of coming back with music, we'll play a Kamala soundbite, and then back to the music.
No matter what happens that day in the news, Kamala had a comment.
Yeah,
just play it.
And here's how she reacted to the terrible tragedy of the boat collapsing into the bridge. Well, the people, when they're wondering, oh my God,
you have a right to be proud.
Oh, jeez, and now she's Annie Oakley. That's coming up too. And your calls 404-741-1230. And
yes, real quick, Kimmer, we have Stacy on the line from Nucky's.
Stay from Nucky's Hoagies, our fabulous sub shot. Can we take this call now? Let's
I told her to sit tight, so we're going to get to her when we get back.
Right to a big, now, here's a woman. She and her sister have businesses they're trying to run in this economy. I can't wait to hear what she thinks about Carmela's action there. Coming up, 314, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. It's Friday, baby. Let her rip. Look out.
Politics get heated, but should never become violent. With so many questions about what happens next, trust the conservative voice of Atlanta for the latest news and the voices you need during such an uncertain time in America.
There was a story that broke with the Gold Star families because she basically said Donald Trump was politicizing laying the wreath at Arlington Cemetery, and the Gold Star families have decided they've had enough. There's no way you can walk up to the tomb of the unknown soldier and have anything but reverence for what's being done. When you see those soldiers standing there in driving rain or in snow and they're told to leave their post and they're like, I will not, because I have so much reverence for the people that this tomb represents. And then you have a political party in the Democrats who don't even show up. Until you show up, shut up.
Proud to be Atlanta's conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app. The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batten, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. This is an incredible place. The history of success, the coaches that have been here, everybody from Heisman to Coach Dodd to Coach Curry to Coach Ross, and even now to Coach Key. We've got this tremendous history of success. This is an anchor here in Midtown Atlanta. This is such a growing, vibrant market, particularly for college sports. You know, Atlanta has one of the highest percentages of college sports fans for any major metro. The work being done over my shoulder is a first of many steps towards our continued evolution towards the very highest level and reestablishing Georgia Tech athletics at that championship caliber. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
At Nelson Elder Care Law, we understand that family's everything. That's why we prioritize your family's future with personalized asset protection solutions. Call us today to schedule your legacy planning meeting and discover how our team can tailor our services to meet your family's unique needs, ensuring a secure and worry-free future. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. You've heard me talk about fake safes, and while that's a really bad way to secure your valuables, you want to hear something that's even worse? Kamala Harris is president. Wow, let that sink in. That'll make you want to throw up. Well, there is good news. The Safe House has the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and some of the best pricing and rebates on safes this entire year. Secure your valuables in a quality safe from the Safe House. Drop by our showroom today or go to AtlantaSafehouse.com. That's AtlantaSafehouse.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Extra 106.3 is proud to be your conservative voice in Atlanta, and we offer a huge slate of original podcasts. Head over to thepodcastpark.com and grab the podcast that you love, all presented by Associated Credit Union.
319, look out. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder. On 106.3, Let Her Rip Friday, 404-741-1230. It's AC/DC, look out. 1976, their third studio album, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's certified 6 times platinum in America. At least 6 million copies. The third, wow, their third highest sold album by AC/DC after Highway to Hell and Back in Black. Well, I guess that's soon. Again, I'm such an old fart. I still can't believe that AC/DC is one of the most popular bands in the history of rock and roll. I'm sorry.
I'm going to paraphrase here, but somebody attacked him once by saying, you got like 3 hit albums playing 3 chords. And the guy goes, no, we have 10 hit albums playing 3 chords.
3 chords. You idiot. Sucker. Anyway, phone calls take priority. It's Stacy, one of the 2 sub-sisters at one of our sponsors, Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road in Roswell. Stacy, how are you this afternoon? I bet you're going nuts. If you heard Carmela's side piece a few minutes ago talking about the economy, did you get anything out of that? And how do you react to what's going on as a small business person trying to survive in today's economy? Good grief.
Well, hello. I am just sitting here with my optimism and my aspirations and my dreams.
You come from a middle-class family, and yeah.
I come from a middle-class family. But first, I want to say thank you so much. As a business owner, I stay very, very neutral on purpose. I very much value, my employees and my customers, and I love them dearly. And there's all different walks of life and personalities and beliefs. And I just think that my job is to just, stay neutral, value everybody. But it's, this is making me crazy. And I get to hear you, and you get to say the things that we're all feeling. And I appreciate you so much for that. And I know so many people do, because it's crazy.
Well, I hope you're, we did our show out there a few months ago, as I recall, and I don't know whether you're still getting over the fact that I tried to throw that guy through a window when he showed up to try to disrupt the show.
You are still the talk of the town almost every day. I hear about that. So it was very popular event. You were very popular.
That was kind of now business on the economy, and I know there was a meme going around. In fact, I have a copy of it here, concerning something that you also got a big reaction to. Oops, today I got the wrong thing on my phone here. Well, now I can't. Hold on a second. I hate when this happens. There we go. All right, stand by. There was a meme that was going around and some social media stuff about 4 more years of these stuff bankrupting the middle class. And I know that you had some reaction to the fact what these liberals are doing. Apparently they just have lost their way. They don't know what the middle class is. They don't know what people are going through. Can you explain what the hell how your reaction is to what these people are trying to tell people?
Sure, absolutely. Middle class is relative to wherever you live. Middle class here is not going to be the same middle class as South Louisiana. It's going to be different. And a friend of mine had posted that meme about, we can't take 4 more years of this. And a gentleman replied on that, middle class is not $400,000 homes. And the solution, if you can't afford to live and buy a home, is you should just move somewhere else.
You should go to a cheaper place to live. Yeah, that's a Democrat. Well, just
It's better. It's not just that. It's cheaper, but with better paying jobs. So instantly I was no longer neutral. I had to say something. And I said, by his logic, I guess I should close my two businesses, default on an SBA loan, a total of 10 years worth of commercial leases, file bankruptcy, and move to Nowhereville because it has a lower cost of living. And I hope I can find a job in a depressed economy that pays enough for me to rent a rundown house because now my top tier credit is ruined. All because where I live is just as expensive as Naples, and the median home price is $600,000, which I absolutely cannot afford. And I said, that just makes perfect sense.
Well, it's like they keep. I mean, there's no specific anything in these proposals. All she said, one proposal is that she wants to stop price gouging. Are you business people gouging people in your? What do you make, like 1.5% profit if you're lucky on a business that supports people coming in to do their bidding with you? I mean, it's unbelievable. They think you're gouging people. Like there's some storm coming and you triple the price of aluminum siding or something. I can't believe these people.
Right, and that is a misconception that small business owners, we're all rich, and that's not true. That for my Buff City store, the cost of the majority of my raw materials has gone up 300%. So it is
300%.
300% in some cases, and some of it, smaller amounts, but our bulk oils have gone up 300%. So, and I've raised my employees' salaries. I try to do everything I can. I'm responsible for 21 people, and that means a lot to me. I take that very seriously. And to not have any relief in sight and know that the tax cuts are expiring, it is really concerning to me as a business owner who feels deep responsibility for the people that I employ.
I can't imagine. I don't know why the entire business community, not only the Teamsters, no wonder they didn't officially endorse her or Trump either, which is kind of surprising. But the business community's got to be going. I mean, I've never, signed a paycheck for it. Well, actually, I better take it back. I had of course, my claim to fame with our podcast was that, after 3 years, we made $12,000, right, boys? So I was.
Yes,
sir.
And we only owe $35,000.
We only owe $34,000 before we ever started. Our accountant said we owed $30,000 in debt. I said, wait a minute, we haven't even started. Anyway, so I have signed paychecks, but I know, my God, these people just don't care or don't understand. And what are you going to do? If we have if she wins, what's your prediction?
I know that I'm already seeing friends of mine close their businesses, just one right after another. My prediction is things will be dire. Things will be dire. Yeah. And I don't even know, because I'm watching every day people shop less, people spend less, and it didn't used to be that way. Yeah. 3-4 years ago, everything was great, and now it is a marked difference in the last 3 to 6 months how much people have tightened down on their luxury spending. And both my businesses are considered luxury businesses, because one is, a restaurant and one is, a soap shop. And these aren't things that are, daily necessities.
Well, they are for a lot of us, Stacey. Don't do anything negative about we need hoagies every day, and Nucky's hoagies, by God. That Philly beef thing with, hold the onions and stuff for me, but I'm all in on that stuff. Anyway, there you go. Well, you've got big fans here, Stacey. Great to talk to you. Thank you so much. And say hi to your naughty little sister, too, the two subsisters at Nucky's Hoagies on Woodstock Road in Roswell. And thanks again. Have a great afternoon and have a great weekend, too. Nice talking to you. Thanks, sweetie. Take care. Guys. Thank you, 327. Well, that's nice. We haven't talked to Stacey, so we were up there several months ago, and that protester showed up, and all of a sudden... Anyway.
Now I want a hoagie.
I did, yeah, I know. Well, anyway, 327. Okay, let's go. Another couple of sound bites here, quick, Flounder, if you don't mind. Coming up, cut number 3. The Vice President's side piece was on with Oprah and her celebrity guests by, not Wi-Fi, what do you call it, Zoom or whatever, the camera stuff. And I got to talking about gun control, and let's see, they were talking about, Oprah was surprised that she learned that apparently Vice President side piece is a gun owner. Anyway, cut number 3 here, Flounder, if you would, sir.
Point about what does leadership really look like, and is it about you or is it about the people?
Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed up. I'm sorry. I've looked at the wrong damn one. It's the first. We're going to do 3 in a second. I'm sorry. This is the gun cut from Vice President Side Piece, cut number 1, if you would, Flounder. My bad.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But my staff will deal with that later.
Cackle, cackle, cackle. If anybody breaks into my house, they're getting shot. Video surfaced about her as a DA saying we played this soundbite the other day. Police have the responsibility to enter a locked home of legal gun owners and inspect how they store their weapons. She said, we're not going to, just because you have a legal gun ownership doesn't mean we're not going to come into your house and make sure you're using it properly. We're going to require responsible behaviors among everybody in the community, and not just because you legally possess a gun in the locked home doesn't mean we're not going to walk in there. I would shoot an intruder enters her home, and then I probably shouldn't have said that. Let's be clear. She is called to take away your guns, and 100% if she's elected, security but for me, but not for thee, say the libs of TikTok. She has said over and over and over, she supports mandatory gun buybacks. Now, she's trying to deny it, but you know it's going to happen. The same thing about the fracking. And one quick thing about the fracking, for example, she says now she's in favor of fracking. However, she's going to say I'm in favor of fracking, but if she wins, she's going to have her executive orders and the EPA sign documents to make new rules about fracking. So it'll be impossible to do fracking. She'll say there's a new rule for fracking, no using water. And no making any noise. But if you don't use water and don't make any noise, you can do fracking all you want, which means you can't do any fracking, but she supports fracking if you could possibly do it. See what I mean? This is how greasy these people are. Just little slime spots on the sidewalk. Oh, and by the way, coming up, you're going to hear, if these liberals haven't gone far enough yet, wait till you hear about what's going on in Chicago schools. And the story of the sheriff killing a judge in his chambers. There may be a real different kick to the reason why coming up shortly. And the sexting with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who can't help himself, and his hot babe got caught, and he's married to Cheryl Hines, the actress, you know. Anyway, coming up 3:30, Kevin Pete and Flounder. Probably not for long. Yikes.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on Extra 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
This time of year, there are two things you can't stop. The leaves falling off the trees and the prices falling at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. If you are planning a fall wedding, birthday, or anniversary, there's never been a better time to visit Solomon Brothers Jewelers. Percentage Week is back for 1 week only, September 16th through the 22nd. This is your chance to save up to 60% off on engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and more. Everything in all 3 of our showrooms will be discounted up to 60% off. Now is the best time to save on the engagement ring and wedding bands of your dreams. Choose from all of the top designers in the industry, or say I love you with a beautiful pair of diamond earrings or a tennis bracelet. Remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice at Solomon Brothers. So visit us for Percentage Week, September 16th through the 22nd, going on in all 3 of our showrooms in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg, or online at solomonbrothers.com.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on Extra 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
My fellow Americans, our yards are in troubled times. Unwanted weeds are crossing fence lines across our great nation, and we need to put a stop to it. No more college football Saturdays spent mowing the lawn. No, sir. Let's turf it with ultra-premium artificial grass from ATL Turf Co. They're Atlanta and North Georgia's first choice for premium turf solutions, from incredible lawns to custom putting greens. Let's make your yard great again with a free consultation at atlturfco.com.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Always wanted to smoke a turkey but weren't sure how? We can teach you at Southern Thunder Barbecue School. Our October class will cover all the traditional barbecue meats: brisket, pulled pork, ribs, chicken, and pork loin. And as a bonus, you'll learn smoked turkey with gravy so you can wow your guests for Thanksgiving dinner. Learning to cook the perfect barbecue is not a topic learned from a book. It takes hands-on instruction, the kind you get at Southern Thunder Barbecue School. Our classes are designed and taught by Grand Championship pros with real-life experience, competing, instructing, and catering barbecue events. A day-long class at Southern Thunder Barbecue School makes a fantastic gift. So do your loved ones a favor and tell them what you really want is the Barbecue with the Pros class, available now at SouthernThunderBBQ.com. That's SouthernThunderBBQ.com.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time. But unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog-napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
If you love listening to Extra all week, make sure you're here this weekend for even more great local shows from across the community. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, Back Your Blue, and so many more. Listen to them this weekend or anytime on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
3:36. How's it going? Letter Rip Friday. Don't mind going out of my way. Okay. I don't get that. 1976, yes, the first of the two-night 100 Club Punk Festival in London, featuring the Sex Pistols, The Clash. I'm going to read these names now of the bands, okay? And I'm not making these up. The Sex Pistols, The Clash, Subway Sect, Susie, the Banshees, the Buzzcocks, vibrators, and stinky toys. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and it cost $1.80.
Wow.
What's the admission?
I'd go right now.
$1.80.
I'd do that.
My God.
Just for the Buzzcocks.
My God, man. Woo, there we go. Let's see. Our birthday list includes John Bernthal. You may not know the name. I didn't know the name, but as soon as I saw his face, I knew him. John Bernthal is 48 years old. He played Shane on The Walking Dead. He was Frank Castle on The Punisher of the, it must have been a TV series, The Punisher.
TV series.
Yeah, TV series. And I remember him as the brother of Ben Affleck in the movie The Accountant. And he played a tough guy killer, assassin type hired killer guy on that too.
Great actor.
Really good actor. And by the way, if you haven't seen the movie The Accountant, that's a really good movie. It's a hard, tough, good movie. And Ben Affleck, I'm telling you, between that and what was the other one? The Accountant and The Town. The Town, same one. Oh my God, this guy can really do it. Anyway, John Bernthal is 48. Yes, sir.
I think they filmed it counting around here, too.
I think they did parts of it. I'm trying to remember where. But it's The Accountant.
Lake Lanier. They did some at Lake Lanier, and I think they're making a second one, too, a sequel.
Oh, I hope they do. I will. In fact, if they make a sequel, I may go to a theater to watch it. Which would be, I haven't been to a movie theater. Holy crap.
Oh, the presses.
15 years, I'll bet you.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I've been to a movie theater since I came out of retirement in 2013.
What was it? What's New Pussycat? Was that what you went to, the opening of that? Maybe Godfather 1?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Patton. E.T.
My dad took me to see Patton at South DeKalb Mall.
I'll be damned. It's probably gone now. Anyway.
No. It's still there.
Is it still around? Okay. Our history list includes 2011 on this day. America's first known switch-hitting bisexual president, Barack Hussein Puttitat, the divider-in-chief, finally ends Don't Ask, Don't Tell. That was a policy that let gay folks stay in the military as long as you didn't rub our faces in it. President rapist Bill Clinton had put that into effect because he liked the phrase rub your face in it, so that was kind of a whole thing. Anyway, it ended on this day in 2011. 3:39, and Flounder, are you ready, sir? Everything okay in there? That's for the thing. Pete Davis?
He's sleeping.
Testing. La, 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 la. Everybody ready to go? Okay, it's 3:40. Let's go. 3:40. Let Her Rip Friday with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And Flounder, if you're ready, sir, if you will. Yes, it's another edition of Not the Kimmer's Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse, where we endeavor to bring you, the little people, just a hint of a ray of sunshine into your miserable lives. Yes, live theater usually does it. And we're here once again to make your day just a little brighter. Today's episode, The Grammar Nazi. The scene, a living room. A man and a woman are sitting on a couch. The woman turns to the man and says,
"You need to do more chores around the house."
Can we change the subject?
Okay. More chores around the house need to be done by you.
And scene.
You did it. You pulled it off. Oh, they love this. A grammar play. Where else can you get the actual cockles of your heart steaming with love and affection any more than with the three of us on, well, a special occasion, at least once a week, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to bring the light and love into your miserable lives with Not the Kimmer's Rainy Day Theater Bad Text Playhouse.
Acting.
It's called acting, my boy. 3:41, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Just for the record. And by the way, we love to hear from your phone calls. And by the way, if you're a sponsor, Stacy and her sister are sponsors, the sub-sisters at Lucky's Hoagies. And if you're a sponsor of the show, we'd love to have you come in here and talk. And again, I thought that was really incredible because the stuff last night from that vice president side piece is just, and again, we're going to play again. Oh, hell, man, Flounder, list one we were going to do before that I cut you off on. Earlier this morning, the morning show guys, those beautiful bastards in the morning, were playing some of the sound bites from last night of Kamala's side piece on Oprah. Let's play cut number 3. This is just for fun. This is the woman who wants to be your latex salesman, if you will.
It gets to the point about what does leadership really look like? And is it about you or is it about the people? Right. Is it about running on problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer Justin's question, now that
Oprah,
bill has gone and
question.
hasn't passed, will you reintroduce that?
Absolutely.
bill.
And when I am elected president of the United States, I will make sure that bill gets to my desk and I will sign it into law.
So in other words, she started rambling about leadership. Finally, Oprah says, well, so you answered Justin's question. She says, oh, if I get a bill, I'll sign it. That was her leadership, that if she gets a bill on her desk, she's going to sign it. Wow, that's really some leadership. Oh, my God. These people, honestly, well, of course, they had, had celebrities there, too, so that counted. And now here's the duplicity of these people. Flounder, we're going to do that brand new, I told you about the 158. I'm sorry, hold on, one more. Here we go. Cut number 6, a brand new one here. The Flounder just found this a few minutes ago. This is absolutely outrageous. Chicago Public Schools. The teachers have been instructed by the leaders in the Chicago school system to give migrant students passing grades no matter what, and just send them on ahead. Flounder, if you would, the report from Chicago.
We were given a training about how to handle all of our newcomers to our school. And towards the end of the session, someone did ask the question, what are we supposed to do about grades? At that time, we were informed by administration that we were supposed to give the students passing grades.
Chicago Public Schools CEO Dr. Pedro Martinez was on the Lisa Dent show not too long ago. Here's what he said when asked if migrant students are held to the same standard for achievement as Chicago-born students are.
Yes, they are. And in fact, one of the things that I'm proud of is over 90% of our migrant students, we're able to put them in teachers that are certified either for bilingual or ESL. The challenges we have is that because migrants, sometimes they move from shelters and they go into temporary housing, sometimes where they're housed, we don't have schools with those programs, but over 90%, do. And so we're just trying to provide other supports for those schools.
And when we asked the district specifically about the claims the educators we spoke with made, a CPS statement acknowledged that the policies and promotion guidelines are, quote, modified to serve the specialized needs of our English language learners.
Modified to serve the needs. They've had almost 50,000 immigrants flown in from Texas to Chicago. And one teacher said that they are relying on the Spanish teacher to translate to communicate with their migrant student for the entire year because they assign the kids to teachers in classrooms where nobody speaks Spanish. The district guidelines modified to serve the specialized needs. They claim that the students who enroll in the school in the last quarter of the school year are put in summer school to improve their English. Teachers say baloney. Not one single kid was enrolled in summer school for this so-called program. I mean, again, the story is they were told to just pass them and send them on to the next grade. Just let it go.
Just give them a voting card and make them stupid.
And one of the lead stories, and just real quick before the break here, Flounder, they're having hearings now about the State Department spreading false information about immigrants. Daryl Isser from California, Foreign Affairs Committee Republican, slamming the department caught with their hands in the cookie jar over taxpayer dollars, counseling migrants on how to use the asylum process. They denied that they were spending money that they have not funded, do not fund legal representation or counseling related to immigration proceedings, and yet ISIS says, you're lying, we caught you, you're doing all kinds of stuff, exactly that. Limiting legal activities in Mexico, pages 9, 10, 11, he goes on to give specifics. I mean, they're just lying and faking things from the very beginning, and they called us conspiracy racist theorists, because we didn't want little brown people coming in here. It's all true. It's all true. This is how they feel about us. Oh, my God. Oh, there's even more coming up. Hold on. 346, Kara Pete Flounder, Let It Rip Friday.
I'm on.
With a Kara Pete and Flounder, Let It Rip Friday. Your calls, 404-741-1232. Have a little fun here on Friday Action. Look at it. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's the Kimmer. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Now, we have a drug problem in this country, both illegal and legal drugs. You watch these advertisements and you get the impression that all you have to do to have a wonderful life is just take this drug. You'll spend your days on ski slopes or the mountains, maybe laying around on the beach. Your hair will always look perfect. You'll have a clean, smooth complexion. Your family life will be wonderful. You'll have more friends than you can count. Your kids won't be fat. Everything is just beautiful. All you have to do is take this drug. And we watch these ads and we sit back and wonder why we have a drug problem. Illegal drugs. Can't you see the thought processes in these kids? Take drugs, happy life.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
My name is Jamie High, and I have worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years. Why do I work for Bruce? Because he truly cares. He cares about me, he cares about my family, and he cares about each and every one of his clients. Family is important to him, and he never makes me choose between my family and work. He values me as an employee, but also as a person. At our firm, we are all family, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I am Jamie, and I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years because he's the best. Hagen-law.com.
Doug Moore is a health insurance broker at yourchoicehealthplan.net. He believes your health insurance premiums should not look like a mortgage payment. You don't have to overpay for health insurance. He sells private insurance with no deductibles and no rate increases. These plans are typically 30 to 60% less than what you're paying and don't need to change doctors. He customizes all plans to meet your budget. Don't fret. Go to yourchoicehealthplan.net. He can save you big money. Call Doug Moore at 770-697-0100. That's 770-697-0100. Don't fret. Go to yourchoicehealthplan.net. If your payment is too high, you're on COBRA, or your work coverage is too expensive, call Doug, 770-697-0100. You don't have to have government marketplace insurance that's crazy expensive. Don't fret. Go to yourchoicehealthplan.net and request a quote. Call 770-697-0100 and let Doug design a plan for you, not by big government.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Here we go. Now, the other day I mentioned Saturday night, and I got the wrong band. Now we're playing Saturday Night by the Bay City Rollers, and I got the right band this time, which is fairly rare for me. I like playing a little louder. I like this. Saturday night is Saturday night. Saturday night. The Bay City Rollers. They're a Scottish group. 1975, on this day, the Bay City Rollers made their American TV debut on the show Saturday Night Variety. They scored their number one hit with Saturday Night when it was released a few months. Where's my coloring pen? Released a few months later. And very exciting there, Saturday night. Let's see. We're going to do a quick. I'm going to do a quick sports tease here coming up because holy crap, at sports ought to be a real good one coming up after 5 o'clock today, and a couple of really interesting sports stories I think that I want to ask about Pete Davis just very quickly in a second. First of all, our birthday list. I don't want to avoid this at all. Gary Cole. Gary Cole. This is really an unusual actor. He really has a pretty good range of characters. Gary Cole is 68. He played Kent Davidson on Veep as a goofy, person on the Veep, the what's her name from Seinfeld Girl Show, a very, very good series. He was Andrew Klein on Entourage. He was the goofy office guy on, let's get a copy of those things on Office Space.
I'm going to need you to give me a cover of
come in on
TPC
Saturday and on Sunday. Every time that movie's on, I DVR it and I watch the highlight. I mean, you can't help it. So I'm going to need you to, he was in Fatal Vision. He was in Line of Fire. I played a tough Secret Service agent. He was in West Wing as a politician. I mean, Gary Cole.
Brady Bunch. He was the father on the Brady Bunch movie. Gary
Cole is 68 years old, and he has done, that's pretty unusual to be, to have that kind of a range of, tough guy shooter killers. Yes.
Mentioned Talladega Nights when he played Will Ferrell's daddy on Talladega Nights.
Oh, my God. I forgot that, too. I totally forgot that. You're right. I was.
He reminded me of some family members, to tell you the truth.
I had totally forgotten that. It wasn't a huge role, but it was really a significant role. It was really cool.
When he put the cougar in the car, and they go in there and get the cougar out.
Oh, man. I forgot what a funny movie that was. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. No, you're not. I'm on fire. Forget that. They got to say, okay, Pete, we got newsy stuff is all coming up here, and Flounders Funnies. Don't let me forget Flounders Funnies too. Pete Davis, two things in sports I think were pretty interesting. I didn't see much of the game. The Jets. What do you think now about the lumbering Achilles guy quarterback for the New York Jets?
He turned the clock back a little bit last night, not only on the field, but off the field, being his usual curmudgeonly self by pushing his head coach away.
I'm going to talk about that later after 5.
I'll talk about during sports.
It's a funny story, and I think there may be more to it than people might have thought on TV if you saw it.
It wasn't as bad as you thought.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, do you want to talk about Shohei?
There's a lot to go on. We're going to talk. It's an amazing. This is Babe Ruth territory and beyond at this point. If he keeps doing this for 3-4 more years, he may be the greatest ever.
Well, when what happened last night, I've been funny. Well, it's in the news. It's not like we can't tease it. But he made the first time ever in Major League Baseball. He pulled off something last night, and he did it in historic fashion. It wasn't just like one good hit or something. But again, when he did that. And when I heard about it, I actually read about it this morning, saw it on the highlights. When he did that, I thought to myself, oh, my God, this is the Babe Ruth level moment time. This is about when you start thinking about, this is the next level up here, boy.
Now, he did hit the last one off a guy lobbing 70 mile per hour.
Doesn't matter.
Up there. But you know what? He supplied all the power.
Yeah.
But there's coming up in sports. a controversy going on about what happened when the ball landed in the stands.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, this is going to be great. About 5:15 or so. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete. Do not miss it. It's going to be cool. 3:57 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And that story about the Kentucky sheriff who went had an argument with the judge in the judge's courtroom, his office back there, chambers, and murdered him. They had an argument. The sheriff murdered the judge. Well, guess what? We're going to do a Flounder's Funny here in a second, Flounder. I'm going to get this on the phone here. There's on X and Twitter, it says, high-ranking government sources tell me the sheriff who shot and killed the Kentucky judge did it because the judge was raping the sheriff's underage daughter. He walked in and they had exchanging words beforehand. The sheriff's now in custody. He is cooperating entirely. The judge and the sheriff were very close friends. And hell, the sheriff's in charge of security for all the judges. If the judge did rape the sheriff's daughter, as multiple members of the community believe it to be, then this guy's calling for the charges to be dropped, to the jury to refuse to indict or convict, making the sheriff a free man. Holy cow. And of course, Governor Andy Beshear, it says here, predictably remember, Andy Beshear hoped that a family member of J.D. Vance would get raped and pregnant so they could talk about whether it really supports no rape pregnancy abortion laws or something. And I mean, anyway, this story could be brutal. We'll find, hopefully, I don't know whether that's all true yet, but it's going to come out. Flounder's Funny's right here.
I remember my first day of kindergarten. I was thinking about it the other day. It's been a long time, but I still remember. Does anybody else remember that? Yeah? You were there? You were at my first day of kindergarten? That's right, you haven't changed a bit. A little bit taller, but... You know what, I remember my mom. She didn't tell me anything. No, I got no... She just said, get in there, they're going to feed you a little bit later. That's all she told me. I didn't know what was going on. They started teaching the alphabet. I thought they were reading off the menu. A is for apple. No. B is for banana. Not interested. C is for cake. 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 D is for dog. What the heck kind of place is this? I don't want to eat dog. E is for elephant. I don't want that either. And I didn't know the answer to the first question. I was kind of scared, and I just sat there quiet. The teacher asked me a question. I just sat there scared, and she came up and started screaming at me. The first day she's going, are you dense? Just tell us, are you dense or what? I said, it's pronounced Dennis. Get it right. Then at the end of the day, there's an announcement over the loudspeaker that said all pedestrians get to leave 5 minutes early. And the teacher comes up and says, Dennis, you're a pedestrian, aren't you? I said, no, I'm not. I'm a Catholic. But if I can get out 5 minutes early, I'll convert to pedestrianism.
Who's that, Flounder?
His name is Mr. Dennis Reagan.
Reagan, there you go. All right, look out. 4 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let it rip Friday. Anything goes. It's your show. Look out. Here we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
It's the Rose Show about the Secret Service on Capitol Hill. I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. The acting head of the Secret Service testifies before Congress following a review of the attempted assassination of former President Trump in July. Fox's Jared Halpert has more.
Miscommunication with local and state law enforcement, along with a failure to follow through on security challenges of the rally site in Butler, Pennsylvania, allowed a gunman to fire several shots at former President Trump on July 13th.
And I've directed that the Secret Service embark on a significant paradigm shift that will redefine how we conduct protective operations.
Secret Service Acting Director Ronald Rowe says the agency did not give clear guidance or direction to local law enforcement or mitigate line-of-sight concerns of nearby rooftops at the White House. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Several top Hezbollah terrorists have been killed in Lebanon.
Israel Defense Forces struck a building in Beirut, Lebanon, killing a top Hezbollah commander, Ibrahim Akil,
as well as a number of others in Hezbollah leadership. The IDF says in a statement that Akil and the Radwan forces were plotting an attack in Israel's north with intention of seizing control of communities in the Galilee in order to kill and kidnap Israeli citizens. Lebanese health officials say at least 12 people were killed, dozens more were wounded. Earlier this week, Hezbollah members' pagers and walkie-talkies exploded in an attack that killed at least 32 and injured thousands. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
President Biden meeting with his cabinet today. One topic of discussion, the war in the Middle East. Biden says the administration is working to prevent an escalation between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon.
To make sure that both the people in northern Israel as well as southern Lebanon are able to go back to their homes and go back safely.
Israeli forces launching an airstrike into Beirut today, killing at least 9 people and wounding nearly 60 others. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey, Donald Trump Jr. here. Central banks are buying gold at record amounts, and the trend is accelerating in 2024. They see the writing on the wall. The dollar is failing. Is gold the answer for you too? To find out, get a free info kit from Birch Gold Group by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold, the only gold company I trust right now.
Message and data rates may apply.
Look out. Yeah, David Bowie. 1975. Fame gave David Bowie his first #1 hit in America. It was co-written with John Lennon, and you can hear Lennon's voice toward the end of the song repeating the word fame, fame, fame from a fast track through a regular track to a slow track before Bowie finished. The lyrics, fame, fame, fame. Well, you know, that was had a whole sound, and I never appreciated it. I don't think I just didn't, But he sure had a thing. Our birthday list includes the legendary Sophia Loren, 90 years old. Today's audiences may only know her for being in Grumpier Old Men, but Marriage Italian Style, El Cid, Operation Crossbow. I mean,
Houseboat with Cary Grant. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world.
She was the definition of voluptuous, just old-fashioned, real woman.
Exotic.
Yeah. 90-year-old Sophia Loren. Good grief. Good for her. By the way, I got to double my phone up here because I got a double whammy. I looked up Googling special things here for this next one. On this day in 1519, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan left Spain. He was hoping to find a route to the Spice Islands of Indonesia. But it did not end well for Magellan, even though one of his boats did make it eventually. But on this day, he left Spain. But later on, Magellan was killed in April of 1521 by a poison arrow. There had been a skirmish on the island of Mactan, I guess it is, in what is now the Philippines. Magellan and his crew were helping a local king they had allied with. They landed on the island of Cebu weeks earlier. Magellan and the crew endured a long voyage to the Philippines. They sailed from Spain to the Canary Islands, West Africa, then across the Atlantic Ocean to Brazil and Argentina. It's called the Strait of Magellan now because of them, around the tip of South America. It took 38 days. They set sail across the Pacific. Magellan and the crew reached the Philippines, had been at sea for more than a year. And Magellan himself was Portuguese, but he had gotten in a skirmish and somebody killed him with a poisoned arrow while he was supporting the king who had become friends with. Anyway, 506. Can you imagine on those boats in the 1500s being on the ocean for a year?
They said he died in the surf with his sword. He was basically beating them off with a sword as they came in, stabbing him with their spears and everything. And they abandoned their captain. They just left him as he's fighting them off.
Yeah, brutal. 406, our 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. Yes, it's true. You need a safe. You may not think about it, but like I don't have my medical records on in Florida law, some VA said, go away, go away. Anyway, now your kids ought to be able to find your medical records, your dental records, your living will. Come on, stuff like that. Your house documents and, mortgage papers, stuff like that. It's Atlanta Safe House. You have a showroom in Ackworth, too, by the way, and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. 406 is a bunch of kind of kinky scandal things in the news, including the New York Post is going nuts now with a story about the New York Magazine's Washington correspondent named Olivia Nuzzi. It's probably pronounced Newsy, which is ironic. She's a news person, pronounced Newsy. She is on leave after it's come out now that she had a romantic relationship in one form or another with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. while she was covering his campaign. This newsy chick, without naming him specifically, admitted last night that earlier this year, quote, the nature of some communications between myself and a former reporting subject turned personal. She denies it was physical in nature. She and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. were sexting while she was engaged, which then broke up, and he was still married to the girl from what's her name? I just mentioned her name, Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, she said that she visited him. Sorry, my mouth is still a little funny from that, and I just took a pill too. I think in fact, I'm having a little quandary here because about a half an hour ago, I can't remember whether I took one of my souped-up medical pills or not. So I was trying to decide whether to take one or not. So I took it and said, "What the hell?" Anyway, this chick Newsy visited RFK Jr. at his sprawling Brentwood, wherever you heard that name before, Brentwood, California home, and the two went hiking together in the Santa Monica Mountains. The Kennedy spokesman said Mr. Kennedy only met Olivia Newsy once in his life for an interview she requested, which yielded a hit piece. After coming clean at the magazine, Newsy put on leave. She said, we engaged in a personal relationship with a former subject of the doom. It violated the magazine standards about conflicts of interest and disclosures. She had been barred from covering the election if they had known about that. A review says they found no inaccuracies or evidence of bias, although the Kennedy people said she was a hit piece. Another person familiar with the relationship said the pair believed to have become romantically involved around the new year. Kennedy's been married to Curb Your Enthusiasm actress Cheryl Hines, his third wife, since 2014. And this girl, Newsy, was engaged to be married until a couple of weeks before this was just revealed.
Isn't it funny how all these anti-RFK Jr. stories are coming out now that he's backed Trump?
He's backing Donald Trump and son of a gun. It's just, wow. Isn't that incredible?
Wow. And I thought Democrats said during the Clinton years that what two consenting adults did, even married, was their business, not ours.
Well, we all know that's true. President, Crookie Stick. Yeah, it's not, anything.
All right, we got a couple phone calls real quick. Lori wants to talk about this, and then we got Adam.
Excellent. Lori, you're on the radio. Hey, Doll, how's it going? What's up?
Happy Friday, guys.
Thanks, sweetie.
Let's think about this a minute with the RFJ.
Yeah.
He has got a big name. Who is she really? I think she's just trying to make a name for herself. She fed into her little imagination that he wanted her. It's all in her head. Let me tell you. I guarantee you, it's all in her head, and she made the story up about him.
Chicks, man.
Chicks. And I'm a chick. I told my husband, I'm crazy. You got to be able to admit it and live. And those that don't admit it are crazy.
The whole thing, and obviously now she's been outed. And again, she is a well-known reporter, not to me, but she's
not as much as him.
Yeah, that's for sure. And again, I can't now she's supposed to explain this to his wife. And Robert Kennedy Jr. is well known as a hound. And now they're bringing out the stories of him. Now they're repeating all the bad stuff about him, make him look even worse in time for the election. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
In time for the election.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a hold of her,
Yeah.
and she's put this all. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, sweetie. All right, Lori. Thanks, baby. You have a great weekend. All right, be careful out there. Thanks, Di. So, Adam, you're on the radio. Let's Friday.
Looks like Adam got hung up on, so give us a call back.
Sorry. All right, sorry about that. Adam's probably my fault. 411 here, Kimmer Pete and Flounder. Let's see. Oh, also I don't really have the whole story here. You may have heard it earlier on the guys before us, but Nancy Mace was that little hottie who is sponsoring legislation which did pass in the House, where 158 Democrats voted against the bill, which would have immediately deported any illegal invader, illegal immigrant who commits a sex crime. And the bill was that if you commit a sex crime and you're an illegal invader, you get deported from America, and 158 House Democrats voted no. Well, as part of the hearing thing, this is going on in the news now, a liberal guy, I've got to get my phone here, some liberal guy, let's see, so hold on to get it, here we go. A race baiter named Michael Tyson, he's a well-known liberal, and when Nancy Mace was talking about Carmela's side piece, she supposedly mispronounced Carmela's name as Kamala, and opposed to Kamala, whatever the hell they say it, and they had a big thing about it. And then all of a sudden, this guy then sent Nancy Mace a text message where he was flirting with her and saying, boy, we'd look good together, with a kissing emoji. And so Nancy Mace put it on the record, in the congressional record, on audio into the congressional record file, that this guy who called her a white supremacist and a racist then tried to hit on her. He called her a racist and a white supremacist for mispronouncing the side piece's name. And then, I don't have the quote in front of me, but I heard the guys right before us. He's now responded after she put in the record that he was trying to hit on her. And he responded and called her a fake, and he's still calling her. Oh, he made fun of her because she is a rape victim. Nancy Mace is a rape victim, and she talked about it, and he was making fun of her, saying, oh, so she says da-da-da-da-da, and he still calls her a liar and a racist and a white supremacist. These people, they won't stop. I mean, this is outrageous. The woman was raped and sponsored a bill to kick out rapists from our country if you're a legal invader, and the 158 Democrats said, nah, that's not fair. Oh, God.
There's no greater time in our history, in my life, that you have a clearer choice between good and evil right now.
Yeah.
And I'm saying Trump is pure good, but I'm saying this is good and evil.
This is not politics. This is good and evil. This is way above politics. This is the future of our freaking nation. Okay. 14 minutes after 4 o'clock with the Republic of Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder right here on Let It Rip Friday. Look out.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Been a tough week. Want to lighten up today, so I'll go back to a radio TV story from my college days. In the wonderful world of radio and TV, people like to have their names pronounced correctly. It's easy to tell people how to pronounce my name. Bortz rhymes with sports. Other people have it a little bit more difficult than that. For instance, Heinrich Verwoerd, or is it Verwoerd? Afrikaner, Dutch. If you're my age, the name might sound familiar. He was the Prime Minister of South Africa, not a good dude. He was a dedicated white supremacist. He even protested the South African government when South Africa dared to declare war on Hitler's Germany. Like I said, not a good dude. Now, in Austin, Texas, and I was in Texas at the time, there was a news anchor on an Austin, Texas TV station, KLBJ, owned by LBJ. This poor news anchor could not pronounce the name of Heinrich Verwoerd. Obviously, I can't either. And it became kind of a running joke in Austin because this guy was really in the news, and this news anchor would screw his name up every single time it showed up in his news copy. The name, by the way, is spelled U-E-R-W-E-R-D or something like that. Anyway, as it happened in 1966, the prime minister was assassinated. Somebody stuck a knife in his neck. And at KLBJ, when the bulletin came through, there was only one person that could go on the air and announce the assassination of the Prime Minister of South Africa. And that was this poor, hapless news anchor that could not pronounce his name. A local joke because he could not pronounce this guy's name. So the lights are on, the camera's on, the director points at him, and he announces, "We have this breaking news from South Africa. The Prime Minister has been assassinated." He pauses, looks at the camera, and says, "His name is being withheld pending notification of next of kin." Good move, pal. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug with election season in full swing and football on everybody's mind. Don't forget that fall's just around the corner. As those leaves start to drop, your gutters and roof might need some attention. Southern Exteriors has been protecting homes across the Southeast. Whether you need gutter cleaning, want to add gutter covers, or both, now's the time to get it done. Plus, with any cleaning job, you'll get a free roof inspection. Call Southern Exteriors today at 8779-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. Quality and precision you can rely on.
It either is or it isn't. When it comes down to it, that's all that really matters when choosing a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. It's either certified by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained and certified technicians, or it isn't. It's either backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 7 years, or it isn't. It's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days sales event, now through September 30th. Come in today and take advantage of finance rates as low as 2.99% APR special financing on select models. Because in the end, it's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned or it isn't. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively for Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through September 30th, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Got some breaking news coming up here in a second. 4:19, sort of semi-breaking. It's waiting for us. There's a little Doors thing and the thing. 1970, Jim Morrison acquitted of charges of lewd and lascivious behavior, but he was guilty of exposing himself during a concert in Coconut Grove a year and a half earlier. In Florida, Miami's trial in Dade County, the judge sentenced him to 6 months hard labor and a $500 fine for public exposure and 60 days hard labor for profanity. The sentence was appealed. Morrison was never brought to trial. He would die in Paris on July 3rd, 1971, the next summer. Jim Morrison, another word. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, I just lost my thing there. That's what she said. Hey, ho. Our birthday is Kristen Johnson is 57. Holly from the TV Land's The X's. Sally on Third Rock from The Sun. Ivana Humpalot in Austin Powers 2. The Spy Who Shagged Me. Kristen Johnson, 57 years old today. Now, what did I just have on my phone that I just knocked off? I can't find. Hold on a second. Oh, that's wrong. Crap, screw it. And on this day in history, sad day indeed. In 1973, on this day, Jim Croce, his lead guitarist, Maury Muhlenseisen, and 4 other people died when their plane crashed into a tree while trying to take off for a concert in Sherman, Texas. Jim Croce was only 30 years old, I think. 404-741-1230. What's going on there, Pete Davis? Something new there?
Israel has taken out Ibrahim Akil. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, he was the terrorist in charge of one of the Lebanon bombings or an American assault of some kind, as I recall.
He's the main guy behind the 1983 April bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. Killed 63 people and 17 Americans. And also behind the bombing of the Marine Corps barracks in October that year, which killed 241 U.S. troops. How the hell did he live for 41 years after that?
Yeah. And by the way, how come Israel got him and we didn't?
Right.
I mean, seriously. I mean, thank God, that he's dead and burning in hell right now. But still, seriously.
41 years he lived after he did that.
Yeah. 422. And again, Israel's. I didn't say. Was it a bombing run and got everybody, or were they out to get him specifically? Do we know? I don't know. We have the whole story.
Just says he took him out.
Okay.
Took him out.
By the way, we have Pete's tweets coming up. Are any of your tweets concerning Babylon Bee stuff? We're going to do a Babylon Bee thing here in a second, Flounder, if that's all right.
Probably not, but before we do that, we're concerned. Flounder and I got together over the break there, and we got a little concerned about you taking drugs willy-nilly there, just popping any pill that came to mind. And then we did a little research and went down to your car, sent an intern down to your car to check it out. We found some stuff in the trunk.
What did he find?
We had 2 bags of grass, 75 pellets of mescaline, 5 sheets of high-powered blotter acid, a salt shaker half full of cocaine, a whole galaxy of multicolored uppers, downers, screamers, laughers, also a quarter tequila, quarter rum, case of beer, pint of raw ether, 2 dozen evil. Not that we needed all that for the trip, but once you get locked into a serious drug collection, the tendency is to push it as far as you can.
Well, it's the weekend. Give me a break.
That's the weekend.
I'm still sure the FBI is trying to plant something in my trunk. Anyway, we're going to do the Babylon Bee thing. Babylon Bee's come out with a song, and a couple of the memes are pretty funny from Babylon Bee. California police raid seizes more than 2,000 memes after the law they just passed. And one more, Governor Abbott of Texas declares Texas a sanctuary state for memes, ladies and gentlemen. Media worried that constant Trump assassination attempts might distract from plight of illegal immigrants, among other things. Anyway, and now Babylon Bee, I didn't know they do this. I guess they probably haven't. I've forgotten. But they've got, Flounder, we have a song that he's captured for us from the Babylon Bee called California Fleein'. And they've done a pretty good job here of a takeoff on California dreaming about what's going on because of the liberal policies that sure are hitting California, if you will, sir.
All the streets are brown, and the teachers came. I went for a walk, got mugged along the way, yeah. I'd be safe from harm if I moved from LA. California fleeing, I gotta get away. Stopped into
folk church.
with rainbow flags displayed. When I pulled out my KJV, blue and green, the pastor burst into flames. I know Montana can be cold.
Montana's cold.
And Florida's out of the way. Florida's out of the way. But still California fleeing, just gotta get away.
That's pretty good. California fleeing. Now you can cut it there. That's fine. It's kind of an example of Babylon Bean. So I just love those guys. I think and I remember all the trouble they went through. They were banned off social media. There were court suits and this. It's satire. I mean, my God,
The Onion was going after them because they were funnier than the Onion.
Yeah. Now, is the Onion even still? I keep forgetting to check.
They're around.
Are they around? Okay. Yeah. And again, I appreciate what they're doing. I keep forgetting to check with them. Anyway, a little Babylon Bee there for you. 426, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We'll play later on some more sound bites in case you missed them. I didn't watch. And by the way, was that a streaming thing with Oprah and the vice president side piece? Was that on television other than just streaming, or was it strictly on computer? Anybody know? It was a streaming event, but I guess you had to go find it. Which again is it figures,
Why wouldn't she put it on her own network?
Yeah.
The O Network, whatever it's called.
Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, OWN, yeah. They play OWN. That's a network that plays one after another of the old NBC murder stories, Datelines, and all those things.
I tried to watch it. I prefer the O-Face network.
The O-Face, totally different subject. Overstocked, all right. P. Diddy's on suicide watch. It says here he's in Manhattan. He's at a place that he's in the Brooklyn Jail Special Housing Unit, which is described as hell on earth, plagued with murders and suicides ever since it opened in 1994. And he's isolated, but he's not getting special treatment. P. Diddy will get 6 a.m. wake-up calls and 1 hour of recreational time per day, 1 hour a day. The ex-warden has told people that his life is in danger at the infamous jail because a lot of violent inmates would love to get a badge of honor to hurt him or kill him. And he's on suicide watch now, while at the same time, a guy named Jonathan Odie, I suppose it's pronounced, claimed he had sex with P. Diddy and his former girlfriend, Cassie. He says he was the rapper's sex slave, and that P. Diddy would help himself to happiness by himself while he would tell him what to do. He said the whole industry is rich people moving drugs. They do cocaine, like liquid cocaine, in their jets. He said he took liquid cocaine with Ventura, with the girl, and P. Diddy. He caught herpes from their trysts. Combs would use cocaine when they all got together. He was a male stripper and a porn actor. And in May 2018, he went into Trump National Doral Miami Resort and started shooting up the place with a gun. He fired at a chandelier. Officers shot him in the legs and took him into custody. Anyway, geez, good Lord. And so P. Diddy's under suicide watch now. Lordy. 429.
You think he'll be Epsteined?
Well,
he does have pictures of Barack Obama.
I was about to say, if he's got,
I'll tell you what,
upscale information on people,
and more is coming out, and now you can't tell whether it's fake or real because of AI and people, mixing facial things and stuff. So, holy cow. But again, what a sleaze bag. Even if only a tenth of it's true. It's just, the manipulation.
This goes back. Errol Flynn used to do stuff in his houses with the mirrors and the ceilings and stuff like that. So this is nothing new, but still, this is kind of...
This is, and Fatty Arbuckle, wasn't he a rapist, famous
he supposedly, he killed a girl.
Yeah.
He killed a girl.
Yeah. I heard something about something's going on. That's okay. 4:30. Holy cow. 4:30. Oh, by the way, coming up in a second here, one of our breaking news stories concerning the Democrats and the liberals. This is in New Hampshire. A parent banned from watching his daughter because the parent supports only having girls play girls soccer. Oh, is that your sports story at 5:15?
I was going to do it in sports. I don't have to.
Well, I'm teasing it. No, I saw it, and I just teased it for Pete Davis in Holy Crap in Sports coming up after 5 o'clock. See how we worked that together?
Watch us not even get to it.
Well, we're not going to make it, no. It's 4:30, Kimmer Bean Flounder. I forgot where I am. I don't know. And remember, she hasn't gotten a vote. She's never gotten a single vote. So this is the party of to save our democracy. Dear Lord.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Your lawn is ready to look as sharp as your favorite team's playbook this football season. Next play, Exmark Mowers, your go-to for a championship-worthy yard. Exmark's precision cutting and unmatched reliability make sure your lawn is game day ready every day. And the best place to get your Exmark mower? That's Howard Brothers, where quality meets hometown service. This season, tackle your lawn with a new Exmark mower from the friendly folks at Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
Oh man, look at my backyard. Looks like a tornado met a hurricane in a desert. I'm going to tell her to turf off. Or maybe you'd rather turf on with ATL Turf Co., the Southeast's leading turf installer. Whether you'd like a new football field, putting green, or have us create the perfect maintenance-free backyard of your dreams, find ATLTurfCo.com. Make your yard great again. Visit ATLTurfCo.com and see what we've created for customers like you in the Southeast. ATLTurfCo.com. And no more yard cackling.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta Carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855 GA Injury or vansantlaw.com.
Stones. There we go. It's 1970 time. The live album Get Your Ya-Ya's out. Started a 2-week run at number 1 in Britain. Recorded at New York's Madison Square Garden over 2 days in November 1969. Featured Jumpin' Jack Flash, Honky Tonk Woman, and Midnight Rambler, the Stones, 1970. 436, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's a number, 404-741-1230, 1230. Our birthday list includes George R.R. Martin, 76. He's the guy who wrote Game of Thrones and a whole bunch of other ones, too. God darn it, I wrote it down here. Son of a gun. I know I wrote it down, and now I can't find it. He wrote Game of Thrones and also the takeoff on it, the one with the that just came out, the other old ancient movie series. Oh, darn it. About the Queen or the...
Game of High Chairs?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, crap. I hate when I do this. It's on HBO, and it's
House
really,
of Dragons.
House of Dragons. Yeah, that goofy-looking blonde chick was just such a freak. I couldn't watch it. I haven't watched... I tried to watch the first episode, and she was such a freak. I couldn't... I said, oh, my God, that's the stars. Ugh. Anyway, so I don't like it, so I'm not doing it. Anyway, George R.R. Martin, the author, a brilliant Game of Thrones author, is 76. And on this day in history... Let's see. 1962. Speaking of Democrats, Democrat hero Governor Ross Barnett of Mississippi refuses to let James Meredith into the university because Democrats don't like black people who keep voting for him anyway. It's kind of incredible. Yes, it's true. The courts then ordered them to allow Mr. Meredith to go into school in Mississippi, which led to other young Democrats rioting and fighting, and you just didn't want them black folks to keep voting for you guys for some reason. So President Kennedy, who did like black people, sent in the troops to quell the racist Democrats, and people died. And boy, those Democrats just, they just can't stop. You can't, they haven't been so mad since we took away their slaves. It's a darn.
One of the prouder moments of my family's history is when the troops were sent. Some local sheriffs showed up to, just make sure, things were running the way they. And one of the famous photos, it shows one of the sheriffs holding what looks like a wooden bat or something like that. And standing across from him is my great uncle.
Well, there you are. Just watching, just making sure everything's safe. You didn't,
so proud.
Copacetic.
Yep, just standing there.
Everything's going fine.
Having a nice day. See what's going on. Just
he had a hell of a singing voice.
Part of the community.
Sure he's always like me. He got along with him.
Well, there you are. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Tell you what, and by the way, if you just joined us, you're gonna hear a special edition of our special Friday theater presentation later on toward the end of the program. Also, Holy Crap at Sports. Got a lot of fun stuff going on in sports this afternoon. It's going to be great.
Quick audible.
Yes, please.
Did I hit the wrong button? Hold on. There we go.
That's right.
Well, you don't want to go to 680 here. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Here we go. Oh, hey, now it's steady. Even better. It's 4:39 because, we got these memes and we got these tweets and we got Pete Davis. So we clown up, Pete's tweets.
Amazon Prime Network is bringing back The Office.
Oh, really? With the old? Oh my God, the old staff that are in the commercials now?
No,
really? Yeah,
a brand new cast.
Well, now that's not going to work.
Well, we'll see.
Just say who's in
Brandon,
it. I'm sorry. Do we know?
I looked at the photos and I didn't recognize anybody. It may even be a British version again. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see. I could be wrong.
Brandon tweets, Tim Walz and his wife are like the super nice, quirky couple you meet in the middle of a post-apocalyptic movie. Then about 15 minutes into the conversation, you realize they eat people. Babylon Bee headline, a fetus should not be treated like a human, says woman with a cat named Dave that wears a sweater. Juanita Broderick shared a cartoon of a young girl student talking to her teacher. The girl says, my dog ate my homework, then an immigrant ate my dog. Okay, Declaration Memes tweets a young man talking to his mama. Mom, I'm scared. I don't want to go to war. And the mother replies, honey, quit being selfish. I want a woman president.
and you will have even that would. God, can you imagine?
You're going cannon fodder.
And again,
Ukraine.
what scares me is if she wins, it'll mean that every Democrat on every ballot will also win.
And we'll have a war every other month. The military-industrial complex will run her like a damn. Well,
I'll tell you, I've never in my life ever voted strictly by the slate, just saying all Democrat or all Republican. I've never done that. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna if you can do it, I think I'm going to do it just because I don't trust any Democrat. I don't know a single Democrat in any level government office that I trust.
all you need to know now is that Dick Cheney and their ilk, who have never seen a war they don't like, even though they won't go fight in any of them, they're backing Kamala. That's all you need. The neocons are now behind her.
And also think of this. Who's that girl with the white streak in her hair, the little hottie brunette chick who used to be a Democrat? Tulsi Gabbard, who's, by the way, still on an investigate no-fly list that she has to, but tries to get on an airplane. She has gone from not only a Democratic presidential candidate to supporting Trump, the same with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a Kennedy, Democrat Kennedy, supporting a Republican because the party's gone to hell, the Democrat Party. If she wins, every Democrat's going to win.
That's how much the party is. I was a Democrat when I was younger. I left them in like 1998 and during the Clinton years after won them twice, voting for them, working for the campaign in 92. The Democratic Party left me in 98. Imagine how left they've gone since then.
Well, I mean, by the way, most young people are Democrats until they get into the business world. And so, I mean, so that was perfectly normal.
You are until you see your first paycheck.
Exactly. Or you get mugged, and then you see, wait, I took all this money out from my taxes.
Or you find out the Republican chicks, they're harder to get in their pants,
That's
but
right.
It's worth it.
The liberals are way easier to score. Flounder, let's have a little fun here before we. I'm going to play this every freaking hour. Cut number 3. This is Carmela's side piece last night with Oprah Winfrey on some sort of streaming thing. And again, this is how they're making a movie. They're doing parties. That's all they're doing is celebrating celebrities with their party champion candidate, Carmela's side piece. Cut number 3, just to have some. I'm sorry, Flounder. Cut number 4 is just to show you how this woman can't make a coherent sentence when she's trying to talk about how great the American people are. Number 4, sir.
We are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans,
you said that.
by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible.
We do.
We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism is to fight for the ideals of who we are.
And she wants to be your latex salesman. I mean, seriously, what is she? And the people are looking at her like we are, looking like my family. Excuse me?
Who is she to lecture us on the people that came before us that fought when her daddy's Jamaican, her mother's an Indian American. Her roots go back, one generation?
Yeah, she was raised in Canada. And by the way, she doesn't know anything about the black experience. She was raised in Canada, and then they moved to the ritzy parts of Brentwood or San Francisco or something. But
Berkeley or whatever.
Berkeley, outside of Berkeley. She didn't know anything about the black experience in America. She's Jamaican, for one thing.
One generation teaching us about our history. Thank you very much.
Man, I mean, just freaking hard to believe. By the way, one more thing. Speaking of her, I wish they would start asking her yes and no questions very simply. In fact, yes or no, are you in favor of abortion for any reason, anytime by women? Should a woman have a right to an abortion anytime she feels like it? Yes or no? Should it still be a crime to illegally sneak in across the border from Mexico into America? Yes or no? Is it a crime or not? Is it a civilian penalty or not? Is it anything or not? Do you believe in reparations? Yes or no? Are you still still proud of the Afghan withdrawal, yes or no? Are you still proud of your vice president and his lying on record and so forth? And by the way, ask her also whether she's still proud not only of the Afghanistan withdrawal, but I heard on the Glenn Beck show this morning, he was talking to a reporter, and I haven't been able to find the story, but it's out there somewhere. There was some kind of a congressional committee, and the chairman of the congressional committee, whose name escapes me, the Republican, said that he has found a text from Donald Trump as president on January 3rd. He found a text from Donald Trump to General Silly Milley, that former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff who was such a pronoun and pedicure king until he finally got out of there. The text from Donald Trump to Silly Milley showed that Donald Trump said this is on January 3rd, not the 6th, the 3rd, and Trump said, we're going to have a huge rally at the Capitol. You better have a whole bunch of National Guard troops and Army troops and soldiers ready there to make sure it's peaceful and safe. Proving once again, days in advance, Trump said, you better get some troops there to make sure everything's going to be happy and fine. And that's been hidden for 4 years. 446, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's dance time. We're boogieing. We're paid on the boogie. Oh, now the chicks are all going to want to dance with me. Oh, God.
Atlanta radio legends collide on Extra 106.3. The legend Neil Bortz is live every week with Atlanta legend The Kimmer. Because when you get these two guys together, who knows where we'll end up?
I am shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Kimmer is live on your drive home every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. And now Neil Bortz joins this show every week. And if you miss it, catch up anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand and Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions. Each brand brings savory, sweet deliciousness to every meal. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand and your Mr. Buck's brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hi, this is Ben.
And I'm Walt from Horizon Background Screening. There are two ways that we generally help businesses. First, as they're going through the hiring process with people, help them to find the criminal history. If somebody's on the sex offender registry, needless to say, most companies need to screen those people out. If they're going to be driving a vehicle, if they're going to be in people's houses, we need to make sure that we understand what their history is to protect your company and to protect your clients, but also to protect your employees.
Our pre-employment background checks, FCRA compliant. We're going to make sure you stay good with the EEOC, all those kind of things. Our PI stuff is going to be a little bit different. We can dig a little bit deeper. We have different avenues, and we can get into kind of the weeds of things, which on those kind of cases we want to do. 25 plus years, we've just been blessed with growth and have basically become a nationwide provider of both pre-employment background checks and private investigative services.
The best way for people to find us is on our website. A quick Google search of Horizon Background Screening or look at us at horizonscreening.com.
Fall is just around the corner, and with it comes unpredictable storms. Is your home's roof and siding ready to handle the weather? Southern Exteriors is your go-to for reliable roofing and siding solutions. Whether you need a new roof, repairs, or durable siding that stands up to the elements, Southern Exteriors is here to help. Plus, they're offering free estimates, 0% interest, and no payments for up to 6 months. So you can get the peace of mind you need before the storm hits. Call Southern Exteriors today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co. Quality and precision you can rely on.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time, your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet. We can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Love having a true conservative news and talk station in Atlanta? Then spread the word. Tell your family and friends to download the Extra 106.3 app and stream The Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Atlanta's biggest lineup of conservative voices.
And 4:51 on the clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 106.3 Extra Radio. Hold my papers. Look at this. I just put them down in front of me, and they're standing straight in the air. Trying to blow them down, but it's not working. It's unbelievable. I just.
It's the little things.
Yes, it is the little things. Anyway, Eric Clapton in 1969, Blind Faith, started a 2-week run at number 1 in Britain with their self-titled album, Blind Faith. The only release from Eric Clapton. Steve Winwood, Ginger Baker, and Rick Gretsch lineup also reached number 1 in America. Their only UK gig was in Hyde Park, London in June of 69. And it was number 1 self-titled album. All right. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Deborah Roberts. She was a local girl here, right? For a long time. Wasn't she a local girl here?
Who?
Deborah Roberts. And isn't her sister here, too, or something? As I remember,
You think
Channel 5.
Erica Roberts?
No.
No. Julia Roberts.
No, Deborah Roberts is that the reporter, the black woman reporter, ABC News chick. Deborah Roberts.
No, you're thinking of the woman who was Jeff Hollinger's sports partner. That's not her name, though. Her name is... I
think it's her sister. I can't remember. Anyway, I
Robin
Roberts. That's what it was. I remember used to see her. And on this day, a little TV action here for you. On the same day in 1984, the Cosby Show debuted. It doesn't say here whether I think I read somewhere that Bill Cosby credited the Cosby Show in 1984 with allowing him to be able to drug and rape all those women over all those years since 1984, thanking the show for the fame he got to be able to do that to them. Same day, 1984, Who's the Boss debuted with Alyssa Milano, became that trampy little cop-hating bimbo who, when someone was trespassing on her lawn, I recall that thing, she had to call the cops, and they said, oh, you're the one who tried to defund us, aren't you? Anyway, you freaking liberals, man.
I spy a rapist. I spy a drug
4:53, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Can I do a quick nice thing here? The Flounder sent me a very nice message here from some folks who are listeners. And it says, can you share this with the Kimmer? This is Mike McElwee that called on Friday, and I'm Penny Hickey. Kimmer shared his meatloaf recipe with me on the show. I remember that. I'm not surprised that you all have a new show, a new home. My daughter was a Kimmer babe, and we have been fans since the late 90s when we moved back to my hometown, Atlanta. As several people called in to say, all the laughter on the show just makes our day. It really does. As many followers as you have, I do believe the show is going to continue to be a great success. And again, that's from Penny and Mike. And they're very kind. Just thank you so much. It's always nice to hear from people who appreciate what we're goofily doing around here. 4:54, another Flounders Friday coming up. Yes, sir?
Yes. So we got an email from a gentleman named David Bailey, and he says, Kimmer used to have a bit where he would let libs call in and say anything they want without any criticism. It was so effective because their arguments were so inane, sort of like listening to Kamala's word salad. please do it again.
Okay, they're always welcome. Absolutely. And again, we'll make a point of, it's when Liberal John called in the other day, I let him go for a while, and I just couldn't take it. I mean, he just,
What I'll have to do is I'll just have to turn your mic off, and then you'll just have to tell me, all right.
Okay, all right, so here's the deal. It's 4:54 right now, from between now and 6 o'clock. If you're a liberal and you want, now obviously you can't say dirty words, we have to dump, but if you're a liberal and you want to espouse the cause of proving why Carmela would be good for America, or why you think the economy actually is better today than it was 4 years ago, feel free. And, not for 20 minutes on the air, but if you want to make a statement like that, and I will pledge not to interrupt you so people can see if they can make sense of what you're saying. 404-741-1230. 740 1230. 741 1230. And now Flounder's Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies. What do you got there, Flounder?
You ever read about the oldest person in the world? There's always an oldest person. And sometimes you read about them because the other one just died. That's when they tell you that there's a new oldest person. Last one I read about was 114. 114. He's a teenager after 100. You know what that means? That means he's got a kid who's like 92. Who's like, please die. I'm just hanging around so I can have 1 week without you in it. Oh, man. I mean, here's the bad news. You're going to die. But here's the good news. When you get closer, you're going to want to die. It doesn't keep being good. You don't get to keep your life the way it is. Like, I'm 55. Both hands hurt. Both hands. Both my hips hurt. The whole body hurts. When you're like in your 30s, you don't even think about it. You're like, because here's like, there's the beginning of your life, and there's the end. So like, you start like in your your 30s. You just shuffle. You don't even aware of this movement. You're just shuffling along. Hey, this life is good. It's pretty cool. And then somewhere you're kind of aware that way down there, people are falling off the edge. Weird. And then you're not thinking. Then all of a sudden you're close, and you're I knew that guy. Oh my God. But there's signs.
Yikes.
We got a little breaking news here.
All right, breaking news. What do you got?
They're going after RFK, and now they're going after Elon. The SEC will sanction Elon Musk in its Twitter acquisition probe. They're looking about him buying Twitter. The federal government has been weaponized to go after Elon Musk. And, of course, they got Biden. Right after Elon bought Twitter, they got a video here of Biden saying, well, there's lots of ways to get him.
The Security and Exchange Commission, they're trying something sneaky about him buying Twitter.
Yeah, they're going after him.
$43 billion or whatever the hell it was. You got to be kidding. I want
your
charge.
Enemy. They are your absolute enemy. Do not comply.
Holy crap.
They weaponized the entire federal empire against everybody on the right.
Is there any possible other explanation? Why now? Well, obviously, why now?
Well, I think they started right as he bought it. They go, we got to find something he did wrong here to go after him.
Does it say what they're specifically looking at?
No.
They're investigating? Is that what they have?
Twitter's
charged?
the only form of communication they do not have control over.
Yeah. Holy mackerel! So now again, does it say they're investigating, or they haven't filed charges yet, or what's the actual official standard?
They will sanction him, whatever sanction.
They say
means.
they will sanction him. So they have to prove something before they can sanction him. What have they proven that he needs sanctioning about?
I don't know.
Well, for God's sakes. Well,
you know what's going to happen? He's going to have to either stay in Texas and Texas protect him and use his Starlink satellites to basically beam the internet to anybody around the world who wants to get it. And we're going to be hiding our damn dishes from the government.
It's going to be offshore pirate radio from those guys who used to go 3 miles offshore on a freaking boat to be able to broadcast. Remember those guys back in the 60s? Oh, my God.
Good movie, too.
Jeez, holy smokes.
It'll be like, you held in World War II, you hid your radios from the Nazis.
Yeah.
We're going to be hiding satellite dishes from our own government.
We'll be getting signals every month, La Chine de Trom, La Ving, La Coeur. What
does that mean?
Well, it means the night of
the dog?
You have
the
to
lion?
hear the lines read from the secret radio to see when we act and move and
I get Coeur there. I think lion. Yeah, I got that.
Oh, my God. I mean, this is insanity.
It's a federal government. They're the empire.
And people thought this was all a conspiracy. You're living it. It's happening. Oh, well. Luckily, Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. A lot of good sports stuff in the news here today, too. And your calls, 404-741-1230. It's only me, the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.7. Let her in Friday.
and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Calling for a paradigm shift. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. The Secret Service claims they're making changes following the first assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Since July 13th, we have been securing successfully outdoor events. And what you're seeing is an increased use of assets.
Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe releasing a report today detailing law enforcement failures.
Director Rowe was candid, and he came out and said after 2+ months since July 13th, the Secret Service is now in the disciplinary phase, meaning some people are going to get punished here. Last month, 5 Secret Service employees were placed on administrative desk duty following the shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. The service has been working on that internal report for 2 months. It's almost complete, but the summary has several highlights. The first says a consistent theme gathered from state and local law enforcement personnel who helped secure the Butler rally was the presence of communications deficiencies. The report continues. There was a lack of detailed knowledge by Secret Service personnel regarding the state or local law enforcement presence that would be present in and around the AGR complex.
Fox's David Spunt in Washington. 45 days till the election. The Georgia State Elections Board ruling that ballots will not be counted by machines.
All ballots will be hand counted at each polling location in Georgia. That 3-2 ruling from the State Election Board that's taking up a host of other potential rule changes, following a public input session from people both for and against the change.
It's critical to the people feeling that it's transparent.
Now is not the time for election officials to be learning and planning training on new rules and procedures.
Critics of Georgia's ballot rule change say it could cause significant delays in vote counting. Supporters say the ballot hand count will protect the integrity of a free and fair election. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Georgia, one of several key swing states. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey, Donald Trump Jr. here. Central banks are buying gold at record amounts, and the trend is accelerating in 2024. They see the writing on the wall. The dollar is failing. Is gold the answer for you too? To find out, get a free info kit from Birch Gold Group by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free info kit from Birch Gold, the only gold company I trust, right now.
Message and data rates may apply.
It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. 503. Here's the number 404-741-1230. 741-1230. We got so much going on. Holy crap of sports coming up. We got Flounder's Funnies, and we got your phone calls and goofy stuff, and you're going to hear a whole bunch of things from Carmela's side piece, who now thinks she's the Black Mamba from Kill Bill movies. This business last night with it streaming with these celebrities, and man, they were just, it's like they just make a movie. They just waving and clapping and cheering, and it's just and there's nothing in there. It's like they're having a party with balloons and saying, boy, are we going to... And again, the fact that she keeps saying, it's time to turn the page. That's a big thing, is turn the page. Yeah, from what you've done for the last 3.5 years. You're finally admitting we need to get out of what we've been doing for the last 3. I mean, it's just astounding. You'll hear more of her in a second here, more word salad, which if you haven't heard it yet, I'm telling you, you're going to tear your ears off. But first of all, I'm absolutely astounded by this. And we knew it was going to happen, and it clearly it shouldn't be a surprise. Today, in the United States House of Representatives, Nancy Mace sponsored a bill, Republican South Carolina, that little hottie that we know so much about. She's a rape victim. She sponsored a bill in the House, which did pass because there are more Republicans than Democrats, only by a few, but that made the difference. They passed a bill that illegal sneak-in invaders who broke into our country illegally and have been convicted of domestic violence and sex-related crimes, such as being predators, rape, child sex traffickers, using minors in a sexual performance, soliciting a minor to practice prostitution, distributing child pornography, transporting with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, all those crimes. If you are an illegal sneak-in invader and you are convicted of any of those crimes, the bill passed today says you will be deported. Well, guess what? 158 House Democrats voted against it. Against it. Nancy Mace says, I find the debate shameful. I'm a survivor of rape. I understand the trauma lifelong. Someone survived rape, someone who's been in a domestic violence situation where I was also the victim. I don't want to hear it. If you're here illegally at all, you should be gone. Those crimes. Republican Tom McClintock says the Democrats often talk about the war on women over abortion or employment policy, but it seems they couldn't care less about allowing into our country a flood of sexual offenders, domestic violence offenders, and child abusers, allowing them to stay indefinitely free from any fear of deportation. Well, here's some of the reasons why these slimy dirtbag grease spots, hairballs, voted no. That big fat low Jerry Nadler from New York, the Democrat, a guy, he takes these little tiny steps like he's about to poop his pants every step he takes. Jerry Nadler says it doesn't fix the loophole, or otherwise would have invited for it. And then he says that an overly broad definition and lack of any waiver authority, it could result in extremely harsh and unintended consequences. Really? Like punishing rapists of children? How about this? Representative, that girl Pramila Jayapal from Washington State, the liberal Democrat, she said, Republicans went to the House floor today pretending to care about victims of domestic violence, but it was just a cover to continue to scapegoat immigrants. It's Republicans' way of just making immigrants the scapegoats for all the crime in America. So we're not going to vote for that bill. Oh my God.
They hate women. They hate girls. They hate anyone getting raped. They prefer their precious immigrants that they're going to be their new Democratic voters over women.
Nancy Mace pointed to a memo from the Department of Homeland Security slimebag Alejandro Mayorkas, that liar. Remember the Haitian whipping immigrant stuff on horseback? He sent a memo to agents listing the categories of illegal foreign nationals not to deport. Do not deport domestic violence offenders, because doing so could make victims of domestic violence more reluctant to report it. And Nancy Mace says, how the hell many American women and girls have been battered and bloodied because of this insanity. 158 House Democrats voted no to the vote should have been, should we set them on fire and stab them in the eye with ice picks and then chop off their fingers one by one and pour salt into their bleeding appendages or not, yes or no? Then I can see, well, that might be a little severe. We have to vote no on that. But just to deport them? They don't even want to deport them. I can't believe it. I swear, I can't believe it. Okay, my goodness. Let's do another soundbite of Vice President Ridiculous Side Piece, the disgrace who now thinks she's Annie Oakley. Flounder, if you would, sir, let's play cut number 3 of Carmela's Side Piece, morning ramblings about the issue of leadership.
The point about what leadership really look like, and is it about you or is it about the people? Right. Is it about running on problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs, because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer Justin's question, now that bill has gone and has passed, will you reintroduce that?
Absolutely. And when I am elected president of the United States, I will make sure that bill gets to my desk and I will sign it into law.
Wow, boy.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, what?
Listen to this. Yeah. A majority of young Americans, 18 to 34, say that the cost of living is their top issue.
Yeah. Her leadership is that if a bill comes to my desk, I'll sign it. That's her leadership. And speaking of the economy, Founder, let's do this. Cut number 2. Talk about word salad. Here's a couple on the show trying to figure out how they're going to be able to save money because the economy is on fire. Number 2, sir, if you would.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah. First of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. What? And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams.
The right to have aspirations.
And ambitions for your family.
What? Have ambitions.
And working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been.
Whose fault is that?
And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
They asked you, how are you going to do it? She said, well, we need to bring down the cost of everyday groceries and stuff.
Good question. Good question. I'm glad you came here with that question.
Oh, my God. And again, and by the way, we didn't even mention yesterday that video that you sent us on our Facebook pages of when she was talking to the black journalists and she gave that word salad. As soon as she shook hands. The video after she had the black journalist conversation thing, she shook their hands and turned and walked away. The faces of those black journalists and podcasters looked at each other as if to say, "Oh my God. What an idiot."
Yeah.
If you didn't see the video, and I don't think it was well played. I didn't see it except when you sent it onto my phone. But again, I mean, they said, "Oh, my God." I mean, this woman, you just heard her. This is what she does. Can you imagine her trying to negotiate world peace with North Korea, China, and Russia? And then explain it to the American people what she's done.
She will send your friends and daughters. She will be controlled, and they will have a war after war after war overseas.
Well, you're going to play. We'll have more sound bites for you, too. A couple more if you haven't heard them, and you should, because I mean, you can't. How can you vote for these people? And also, the more liberals, the stuff they're doing in Chicago, speaking of illegal immigrants, they can't even get it out anymore. I got to take some more pills, probably. Anyways, 5:13. But more. First, Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. A lot of great stuff in the sports world, and it's all next with Pete Davis and the Kipper and Flounder right here at 106.3.
Left-wing media's is pushing counterfeit polls and bogus headlines, all while ignoring the stories that matter most. Trust the conservative voice of Atlanta for the real truth without the media spin. The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton, The Kimmer Show, Jesse Kelly, and the voices you need most are all on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months right here on Extra 106.3.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Get ready, Atlanta. Troop Rep is celebrating 13 years with our biggest anniversary sale yet. Saturday, September 21st, join us for massive savings on over 75 items, local vendors, free food, and hourly giveaway drawings, including 2 Glock 43Xs. Vendors will be on site and giveaways happen every hour from 10 a.m. till 2, while the sale continues all weekend long. For more information, visit TruePrep.com. That's TRU Prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow with True Prep.
Doug Moore is a health insurance broker at YourChoiceHealthPlan.net. He believes your health insurance premiums should not look like a mortgage payment. You don't have to overpay for health insurance. He sells private insurance with no deductibles and no rate increases. These plans are typically 30 to 60% less than what you're paying and don't need to change doctors. He customizes all plans to meet your budget. Don't fret. Go to YourChoiceHealthPlan.net. He can save you big money. Call Doug Moore at 770-697-0100. That's 770-697-0100. Don't fret. Go to YourChoiceHealthPlan.net. If your payment is too high, you're on COBRA, or your work coverage is too expensive, call Doug, 770-697-0100. You don't have to have government marketplace insurance that's crazy expensive. Don't fret. Go to YourChoiceHealthPlan.net and request a quote. Call 770-697-0100 and let Doug design a plan for you, not by big government.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
My name is Jamie High, and I have worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years. Why do I work for Bruce? Because he truly cares. He cares about me, he cares about my family, and he cares about each and every one of his clients. Family is important to him, and he never makes me choose between my family and work. He values me as an employee, but also as a person. At our firm, we are all family, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I am Jamie, and I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years because he's the best. Hagen-law.com.
Convenience is defined as the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. Well, at RBM of Atlanta, we embody this philosophy. Meet our Mercedes-Benz pickup and delivery service. It gives you back time and money. Does your Mercedes-Benz need service? If so, we'll pick up your vehicle that's requiring service from your home or office and bring it back to our dealership for the required service. With over 100 appointments available every weekday, over 50 appointments on Saturdays, and more than 200 courtesy vehicles in our fleet, we're here to serve. We'll work around your schedule. We're here to save you time, energy, and money. RBM of Atlanta is a J.D. Power 2023 Diamond Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience and Georgia's only 9-time Mercedes-Benz Best of the Best winner. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Pickup and delivery service restrictions do apply. Ask your service coordinator or service advisor for details.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. With daily commentary you'll hear throughout the day. And he's on live with a Morning Extra every Tuesday morning at 7:30. Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3. And catch all of Neil's commentary on the Extra app.
Look out, our 5 o'clock hour is sponsored by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. It's 5:19. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves begin their last road trip series of the regular season tonight in Miami. The 8-8 Charlie Morton against the 2-4 Valente Belloso, a right-hander for the Marlins. I ate a nice Italian dinner at Valente Belloso a fortnight ago. Had the osso buco with a nice Chianti.
Osso, my favorite.
Ozzie Albies back with the team, only batting right-handed at the moment. He's batting second tonight and playing second base. Kevin Biggio sent back to Gwinnett. Braves are still 2 games back of both Arizona and the Mets for the final wild card spot. Yesterday, the Braves spanked the Reds in Cincinnati 15-3, and for the first time in franchise history, they hit 4 3-run homers.
Wow.
In fact, it was the first and only time in Major League history that any team has hit 4 3-run homers in the same game. Can you believe that?
After, ever? First time ever?
Ever.
Wow.
Ever. They usually mix a 2-runner or a grand slam in there, but not 4 3-run homers. Just
how
amazing.
unusual.
And pitching coach Rick Kranitz is back with the team. He's been gone for 8 weeks for family matters, so it's good to see Rick back. And it was also a record night for the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani, in their 20-4 win of the Dodgers. Not only did he smash 3 homers in Miami, he now has 51 long balls to become the first player ever to have a 50-50 season, 50 dingers, and 50 stolen bases.
Wow.
Ohtani pounded 10 RBIs last night, a Dodgers franchise record. He also had 6 hits and 2 stolen bases in their win. Shohei will likely be the first full-time designated hitter to ever win the most valuable player award. Now, a little drama when he came to bat in the 7th, needing a homer to reach 50. L.A. had runners on second and third, 2 outs. First base open. Dodgers players began to look into the opposing dugout to see if the Marlins would intentionally walk Ohtani. But Miami manager Skip Schumacher is a real baseball man. TV cameras showed him saying, quote, "F that. I've got too much respect for this guy for that blank to happen," end quote.
Good for him. Good for him.
I like that guy.
Yes, sir.
A crowd of almost 16,000 on hand to witness his historic feat. They serenaded him with a standing ovation. He came out of the dugout for a curtain call, and this is how cool Ohtani is. He acknowledged the fans, he acknowledged the pitcher who served up his home run, and then he acknowledged the Marlins dugout. There's some Babe Ruth stuff right there, baby. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The only weird thing is his last homer came off an everyday player, Vidal Brujan, not a real pitcher. And Ohtani only needed a triple for the cycle, but instead he smashed. Oh, look, my pizza's here. Hold on a second.
Sorry, spam scumbags.
My pizza. Damn it, I thought his pizza was here. Instead of the triple for a cycle, he had a 70-mile-per-hour lob pitch into the upper deck 444 feet away. By the way, the fan who caught the ball, the number 50, refused to turn it over and left the ballpark with it. But they're making a mistake not trading for a signed bat right now or selling it immediately, because if Shohei makes it to 55-55 club, will the 50-50 ball mean as much? I say it will, but we'll say. There's more controversy about the ball. Seems an 18-year-old fan celebrating his birthday claims he got the baseball, only to have an older man around 40 grab his hand, put it between the older man's legs, and pry the baseball out of the young man's grasp. Security then led the older guy away as the guy with the ball. Now, this means a lot. The auction house says, or one auction house says, the ball is worth, how much do you think the ball is worth right now?
Probably $5 million.
What? Flounder, how much do you say? He said Flounder. I think you lost at Let's Make a Deal or whatever.
It must have been that extra pill I took.
I'd say $400,000.
It's $250,000 right now.
That can't be. It's got to be worth more than that. I mean, my God.
I just watched the video, and it looks like the older man has a good case, but that's from one angle, so we'll have to see.
Wow.
Former Braves righty Kevin Gausman was throwing a no-hitter after 5 innings against Texas yesterday, but when he came off the mound, he told manager John Schneider, "I'm finished." Schneider didn't want to tell him about the no-no, but fellow pitcher Chris Bassett said, "Wait a minute, you're throwing a no-hitter." But Gausman says, "I'm
not supposed to say anything."
Well, he didn't matter because he took himself out of the game.
Wow.
Gausman says, "I'm having back spasms," and he didn't want to go into the offseason with an injury.
Well, wait, no. The off season's to get over injuries. You don't get ready for an off season. You're afraid of missing a fishing bout of a golf game.
He's got one more start before the end of the season. Of course, they're not going anywhere this year, the BJs. So we'll see.
Well,
frankly, they would have to come out there with a gun.
Absolutely.
College football, 3-1 Georgia Tech travels to 2-0 Louisville tomorrow. Georgia has the week off. The Dan Mullen Bowl will be held in Starkville tomorrow between his two former teams, Florida and Mississippi State. Mullen is going with the Gators to win and cover. Tomorrow is the 103rd meeting between former Southwest Conference foes, the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian, and the Mustangs of Southern Methodist. Now, with both of the affiliated with the religious outfits, you'd think they'd be playing for a Bible or something, but no. Do you know what the two rivals play for in the TCU-SMU Big Tilt?
I don't have any. I don't know.
They play for an iron skillet.
And the Iron Skillet Bowl.
The old Iron Skillet Bowl.
Okie dokie.
Big games tomorrow. Arch Manning makes the start for Texas, hosting La Monroe. Tennessee visits Oklahoma. That'll be good. Oklahoma State at Utah. Southern Cal at Michigan. What's the Rose Bowl a little early? And Arkansas at Auburn. I wonder if the Auburn Grand Poobahs will meet Bobby Petrino on the tarmac before the game. Some of you will get that joke. But anyway, let's see. Tommy Tuberville didn't like that joke, I'll tell you right now. NFL news. Falcons host Kansas City Sunday night. Looks like they're going to have most everybody healthy. Good. And do you care for NBC football color man Chris Collinsworth?
No, I don't. And I think he tries to make too much of a thing talking like this. It hurts my voice.
Well, I have bad news for you, Kimmer.
I know, I saw this.
Get ready for more of the loquacious, lanky linguist.
Oh, boy.
NBC extended him to 2030 when he'll be 71 years old. I'm with you. I'm over Chris Collinsworth. And his son, the nepotism of his son being the only guy in America could do that other job.
Yeah,
please.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers turned back the clock a few years last night in the Meadowlands. His Jets beat up the Patriots 24-3. At one point, he slightly shoved his head coach away after Robert Saleh went in for the hug. Rodgers also glared at him, but after the game laughed it off, said he's never been much of a hugger. Despite the woeful effort, Jacoby Brissett will continue to be New England's starting QB. I never thought I could feel sorry for Pats fans, but you are in for a long season.
Yes, you are.
Meanwhile, murder is down in the city of New Orleans. Just 2 years ago, the Big Easy was the murder capital of the country. New Orleans averaged 41 homicides per 100,000 people. In comparison, New York City, only 2 per 100K. But New Orleans hasn't had a murder in 18 days. Their previous record, 15. And do you know what they're crediting for this bonanza of peace and tranquility?
The New Orleans Saints football team, probably.
They're 2-0.
Oh, my God.
They're 2-0, and everybody's happy.
There you go.
Meanwhile, NFL Hall of Fame coach Tony Dungy, not a big fan of Kamala Harris. After Kamala said for the umpteenth time that abortion is perfectly compatible with religion, Dungy tweeted several Bible quotes saying just the opposite, and his response has gone viral. No word from Kamala yet to answer him. The war against our woke educators continues. The battlefront in New Hampshire right now. Bow High School's soccer team of the girls had to play another school who has a boy pretending to be a girl playing for them. Since the girls' parents cannot stop this farce, they decided to protest by wearing pink sweatbands with the letters XX on them, representing the 2 female chromosomes. So guess what the school district did? Superintendent Marcy Kelly slapped a no trespassing designation on the parents and deployed local police to keep them out. Parents miss seeing their daughters play their homecoming game just because they're wearing pink wristbands. They weren't shouting anything. They weren't intimidating the mentally confused so-called transgender boy pretending to be a girl. As one parent said, I don't care what the player wants to do with his life. What I do care about is my daughter could be physically hurt. So go ahead, say what you're going to say.
If there isn't an outrage in the community of New Hampshire, used to be, like
live free or die.
Live free or die people. I mean, my God, this is outrageous. How could they allow that to continue? How can the townspeople not storming the...
Because you have liberal, socialist teachers in charge of the teachers' unions, and that nobody goes to the school board meeting, so you don't know who the hell's on the school board. Well, you know who's on there. They're socialists.
Good.
And they're
Lord.
woke. In fact, the woke schools are more concerned about the feelings of the tranny, have zero care or concern about the feelings or even the rights of the real girls.
And again, the significant point is here, they're protesting because and not because the policy allows it, because it's happening. There is a boy on the other team, and we know the examples of where that's been a problem. But secondly, they weren't doing anything. They've just had a wristband. That's all they did was had a wristband and cannot watch their daughters play sports.
Okay, if that's intimidating, then that little lightweight better not go into life. Don't get a job, stay at home, and have your parents protect you your whole life. Because if that upsets you, if that intimidates you, in high school, if someone had done it to me in high school, it'd be blank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be flipping off the other parents if they did that to me. But then again, I wouldn't be a tranny, mentally ill, confused boy about sex.
Again, this is a symptom of where we're going. I mean, this is real. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And just in case you think the sports media types aren't out of touch enough, now comes what ESPN NFL reporter Adam Schefter has just said about his colleague, NBA reporter Adrian Wojnarowski, who's leaving the media to take a job at St. Bonaventure and walking away from $20 million. Adam seems very jealous. Adam tweeting, he wanted his life back. He didn't want to have to work on holidays. He didn't want to be away from more family gatherings. He didn't want to have to take a shower with your phone up against the shower door so you can see a text that's coming in, or take your phone with you to the urinal and hold it in one hand while you take care of your business in the other.
Oh my
That's the life that we live. Okay. Now
leave the thing in your hand out of it, okay? Well, geez, God.
It's like the prison movies where they got the guy who comes in to talk on the phone, and they put their hands up against the glass against each other.
Oh, please.
Now, in defense of Schefter, he's right about never having a day off. Those guys never get a day off, frankly. The fear of getting scooped and losing your high-paying gig at ESPN is pressure.
Yeah.
But some tweeters are not persuaded. Gambling Dog tweeted, whenever you want to know how tough and important a journalist's job is, all you have to do is ask another journalist. They will happily tell you how important they are and how tough their job is. Look, as so many sports guys like to say, at the end of the day, you ain't digging ditches.
Well,
the world needs ditch diggers, too.
Thank you, Judge Smells.
Hey,
Always there to sum up
where's your
what's
hat?
going on there. One last thing. Today in history, September 20th, 1998. Cal Ripken Jr. took himself out of the starting lineup. Does not play, and the Orioles lost to the Yanks, ending a straight streak at 2,632 after nearly 16 years. Said it was time to end it. It began May 30th, 1982.
Yeah. Now, what about the people who came to the stands and realized he wasn't playing?
Well, he'd already set the record, so what are they going to bitch
Well,
about?
I think they probably would have loved to see him play in his last game. And if they missed it, how about the guy who said, well,
that
we'll
wasn't
go to
his
the
last
next
game. It
Well,
wasn't his last game.
Consecutive. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, sorry. I have that on my little history list too.
You did. So I took one of yours. Oh,
that's right. And by the way, have you heard the thing about Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
We'll come back.
He's looking his age.
Yeah,
What's the problem
well,
here?
people are saying, well, we'll come back. Hold on. Don't lose that thought. 5:32, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. So much more to come here, too. 106.3.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
There we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How are you? 533. 404-741-1230 is the number if you'd like to join us, which would be fun on Let It Rip Friday. Like our boys Jeff and Mark and the whole gang at Atlanta Safe House sponsor the old Kimmer program, home of the Kimmer Safes. And by the way, again, I can't emphasize this enough. You're going to save money. One, because there's summer sales still all over the place. Secondly, they're going to pay all the sales tax. Any safe, all the safes you buy for the rest of the year at Atlanta Safe House, they will pay all the sales tax. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever. And things are on sale all over the place. And I can't express strongly enough how I lost my medical records when I went to Florida, didn't have my safe down there. And again, I suffered for it, and it's my own fault. And but still, now my kids know where to find my living will, my dental records, if something happens, other medical records, my financial stuff, who to call, the guy who's got my account, all that stuff, along with things like your housing information, if you got mortgages and debts and things, legal stuff like that, as well as things you want to save, special trophies or mementos from your first prom or whatever it might be. And don't forget, they have the greatest number of delivery people for the best delivery service in Georgia. I think it's been actually verified. They can put this baby anywhere you want. And these are the guys, off-duty police and firefighters and military folks you can trust to have in your office or your home, just like I did in mine. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. They have a showroom in Ackworth, by the way, up on Industrial Boulevard. And they love it when you just walk in and see what's going on. Check out their pistol safes, by the way. These things are really cool. Maybe you hadn't thought about that, especially new gun owners. Make the whole family feel a little bit better. They can do everything for you. Vault doors. They can build you a family storm shelter. It's Jeff and Mark and the whole gang, AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Your lawn is ready to look as sharp as your favorite team's playbook this football season. Next play, Exmark Mowers, your go-to for a championship-worthy yard. Exmark's precision cutting and unmatched reliability make sure your lawn is game day ready every day. And the best place to get your Exmark mower? That's Howard Brothers, where quality meets hometown service. This season, tackle your lawn with a new Exmark mower from the friendly folks at Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and with Howard Brothers.
You know Diamonds Direct for their exquisite diamonds and fine jewelry. What about luxury watches? With a handpicked collection by the industry's top timepiece experts, skip the waiting list and get the timepiece you've been eyeing right away. And this month only, enjoy 0% interest for 5 years on all the top brands. Imagine owning a $15,000 luxury watch for just $250 a month. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Diamonds Direct, where you can shop direct for diamonds and watches.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
When you're leaving the house, do you plead with your garage door? Please open, please open. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Let us take that anxiety away with one quick call. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of your garage door issues. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just needs a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy too with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, Seasons Garages.com.
Oh man, look at my backyard. Looks like a tornado met a hurricane in a desert. I'm going to tell her to turf off. Or maybe you'd rather turf on with ATL Turf Co., the Southeast's leading turf installer. Whether you'd like a new football field, putting green, or have us create the perfect maintenance-free backyard of your dreams, find ATLTurfCo.com. Make your yard great again. Visit ATLTurfCo.com and see what we've created for customers like you in the Southeast. ATLTurfCo.com. And no more yard cackling. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Always wanted to smoke a turkey but weren't sure how? We can teach you at Southern Thunder Barbecue School. Our October class will cover all the traditional barbecue meats: brisket, pulled pork, ribs, chicken, and pork loin. And as a bonus, you'll learn smoked turkey with gravy so you can wow your guests for Thanksgiving dinner. Learning to cook the perfect barbecue is not a topic learned from a book. It takes hands-on instruction, the kind you get at Southern Thunder Barbecue School. Our classes are designed and taught by Grand Championship pros with real-life experience, competing, instructing, and catering barbecue events. A day-long class at Southern Thunder Barbecue School makes a fantastic gift. So do your loved ones a favor and tell them what you really want is the Barbecue with the Pros class, available now at SouthernThunderBBQ.com. That's SouthernThunderBBQ.com.
Your voice, your vote. And this year it matters more than ever. So for the unbiased election coverage that affects your family and your community, trust the voices that matter when it matters the most. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Here we go. Old time rock and roll, little bubblegum edition. Bum, bum. Honey, honey. The Archies, 1969. They were based on the comic book TV series Archie and Friends. The Archies started a 4-week run at #1 in America. The singles chart was Sugar, Sugar. It became the longest running one-hit wonder in Britain after spending 8 weeks at the top of the British charts. Well, good for them. Let's see. A couple of quick sports things. First, I mentioned earlier, going around, at least on a whole bunch of news stories about Michael Jordan. He was in Barcelona at a soccer match or something, and the pictures showed him with his eyes looking like he was totally jaundiced. And some of the reaction is, oh my God, he's got liver disease, and he's got cirrhosis, and oh my God, you get him to a doctor and all kinds of stuff reacting to it. Is this a thing? I mean, the reaction's been severe. I don't know. A couple quick sports things. On this day, 1933, the new Pittsburgh Steelers franchise made their appearance in the NFL against the Giants and got creamed 23-2. And one more thing. In 1973, the ridiculous, smarmy publicity stunt known as the Battle of the Sexes hit the Houston Astrodome. Tennis lesbian star Billie Jean King will take on the old washed-up curmudgeon Bobby Riggs to see who wins their tennis match, proving once and for all that old white losers are not a match for stocky femgals, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're totally in favor of stocky femgals. She beat him 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 and won $100,000. The worldwide audience of 50 million saw Bobby Riggs whip off his jacket as he came on the court to expose a sponsor he had signed to be all over his shirts with his big sponsor sign, and I'm not going to tell you who it was. But I remembered, and I thought, that's kind of cheesy.
The rumor is that he threw the match because he bet against himself.
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever been proof to it, but who would even take the bet? Especially from, I had somebody else do it, I guess. But anyway, I don't know. The whole thing is kind of bizarre. We have some breaking news. What do you got there? Yes, sir? Well, yes, sir. Please do.
There's a manhunt underway after a lubed-up Puff Daddy slips out from between the prison bars.
Well, he had plenty of supplies, obviously.
Babylon B.
Babylon B. And there's one more.
Apparently, if you read the indictment, it reads like a 90s rap video. Just what's in there and what's going on.
Yeah, thousands of things and stuff. And speaking of the Babylon Bee, another couple of quick headlines. Biden promises next Trump assassin will be a woman of color. So again,
I saw that on Twitter.
Which I thought was fairly amusing. Let's see. Let's play that cut number 6 again here, Flounder, if you don't mind. This is the Chicago Public Schools have been, we're talking about liberals all day today, and these things are true. We're not making this stuff up. In Chicago, public school teachers have been told to give illegal invading migrants, or whether they're illegal or not, give migrants who barely speak English or not passing grades and pass them on to the next school. Cut number 6.
We were given a training about how to handle all of our newcomers to our school. And towards the end of the session, someone did ask the question, what are we supposed to do about grades? At that time, we were informed by administration that we were supposed to give the students passing grades.
Chicago Public Schools CEO Dr. Pedro Martinez was on the Lisa Dent show not too long ago. Here's what he said when asked if migrant students are held to the same standard for achievement as Chicago-born students.
They are, and in fact, one of the things that I'm proud of is over 90% of our migrant students, we're able to put them in teachers that are certified either for bilingual or ESL. The challenges we have is that because migrants, sometimes they move from shelters and they go into temporary housing, sometimes where they're housed, we don't have schools with those programs, but over 90%, do, and so we're just trying to provide other supports for those schools.
And when we asked the district specifically about the claims the educators we spoke with made, a CPS statement acknowledged that the policies and promotion guidelines are, quote, modified to serve the specialized needs of our English language learners.
Yeah, modified.
Oh, Cisco.
To serve the special needs.
I think you're lying.
Yeah. Anyway, to the phones. Nikki is on the radio. Let It Rip Friday. Nikki, what do you think, sir?
Actually, it's Mickey.
Mickey, I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I'm the father. I'm the father of the 20-year-old daughter that you had.
Oh, that we just talked about. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how's it going? What a nice to hear from you. I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Every time I go to the beach with my daughter, I see that tattoo and I think of you, and I really don't want to think of you when I'm on the beach.
Yeah, that was the good side, yes, sir.
Yeah, but anyway, I wish you would play that recording yesterday that you played yesterday about Trump being so divisive and talking about Jesus coming back down to earth and separating his believers from non-believers.
Boy, that was a social media post of a black gentleman whose name I don't remember. Flounder.
K. Smith.
It was like K as in Kevin Smith was a handle of, and it lasted. It was like 4 minutes long and really powerful. We should play that again. Absolutely, we'll get a good time to do it.
Gave me the chills. But anyway, I guess you don't have too many liberal listeners.
The offer is always open. I mean, but again, I don't know. What do I?
But anyway, I would like you liberals that are out there listening to go back to 2020 and start calculating how much money you spent extra for your gas, for your food, for your travel, for anything and everything you do because of your vote for Biden. Yeah. You don't realize how much money your vote actually cost you.
Yeah,
so why don't you go back and do that? Don't vote for personality. Vote for the man that's going to do good things for this country and not destroy it.
Well, again, if she had actually had policies so that she could say, I'm going to do this, and actually specific things, all she can say is she's going to make sure that she keeps drug prices low. Or, I mean, my God, that's the reason to vote for someone for president?
Oh, and also the abortion thing. The country's going to shit. By God, I can get my abortion, you know. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
the thing,
I know. Oops, well, we had to...
If you say a cuss word, you kind of, unfortunately, you get put on probation.
That's all right, Mickey. No, it's all right.
Good call, Mickey.
Mickey made a mistake.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
Everything will be fine. 546, we're not done yet. Give Repeat and Flounder. Let It Rip Friday, 404-741-1230, and so much more yet ahead. Oh, yeah.
Extra 106.3 is the only station in Atlanta to bring you unedited news, information, and updates. With an all-star lineup of local and network voices, Extra is committed to being the station you need during the biggest election of our lifetime.
This presidential election is unlike any other.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3 FM, and listen across Georgia on the Extra app.
Your Atlanta Braves are fighting for a spot in the postseason and want to celebrate fans with a very special Fan Appreciation Week, September 24th through the 29th, when the New York Mets and Kansas City Royals come to town. Fans can enjoy giveaways, discounts, and great entertainment. Don't miss the Mystery Bobble giveaway for the first 10,000 fans through the gates on September 27th. Plus, fans get 50% off all concessions until first pitch for all games during the week. 40% off City Connect jerseys in the retail stores, and free games in Hope and Will's Sandlot.
That's going back and gone. Clear across the yard for Marcelo Zuna.
And the homestand features the City Connect replica jersey giveaway presented by Xfinity, Los Bravos theme night and ticket pack, and the popular Barbie ticket pack, complete with a hot pink jersey, perfect for the ladies in your life. Tickets start at just $9. So make sure to get yours today at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
This time of year, there are two things you can't stop. The leaves falling off the trees and the prices falling at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. If you are planning a fall wedding, birthday, or anniversary, there's never been a better time to visit Solomon Brothers Jewelers than right now. Percentage Week is back for 1 week only, September 16th through the 22nd. This is your chance to save up to 60% on engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and more. Everything in all three of our showrooms will be discounted up to 60% off. Now's the best time to save on the engagement ring and wedding bands of your dreams. Choose from all the top designers in the industry, or say I love you with a beautiful pair of diamond earrings or a tennis bracelet. Remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice at Solomon Brothers. So visit us for Percentage Week, September 16th to the 22nd, going on in all three of our showrooms in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Or shop online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Keep up with all of our shows and the latest headlines by following Extra 1063 on Instagram, X, Facebook, Truth Social, and all your social media platforms. Plus exclusive giveaways and more. So follow now at XTRA 1063.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else.
Eat something else.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
This is really well
They're
done.
eating
Yeah.
the dogs.
The dog.
They're eating the
Oh, sweet. Who did that, Flounder?
I don't know his name, but he's been trending on Twitter all week.
Yeah, outstanding.
It's number 4 on the trending music channel.
Well, keep it. We'll play it frequently. It's really, really well done. 1957, Peggy Sue, Buddy Holly. The single came out with Every Day on the B-side. Let's flip Peggy Sue over and play all day. Every Day. The song was originally titled Cindy Lou after his niece, later changed to Peggy Sue in reference to Peggy Sue Geron, the girlfriend and future wife of Jerry Allison, who was his drummer for the Crickets, after they had temporarily broken up. So that was a bad sign there. Our birthday list includes Sammy Hanratty, 29. She played Cassidy Gallagher on Shameless. She was Showtime's Yellow Jacket younger version of Christina Ricci's character. Sammy is 29, don't know her. And let's see, I don't care about that guy. And one more thing over here with the thing. 1881, America got a new president from an assassination. President James Garfield had been shot months earlier in Washington, initially recovered, but Chester A. Arthur became president on this day in 1881 when Garfield died the day before.
There are rumors about him, too.
Oh, really? What do you mean? I don't know those things.
Chester was one of the worst presidents we ever had, but he also liked the company of gentlemen.
Pete Davis got new stuff here. Now in California, there's some video of a woman driving one of those postal trucks, putting the mail and stuff. As she leaves the truck to go put mail in the mailboxes and left the back door open. And there's a white luxury car with 2 black guys inside, and they get out and start stealing all the mail. She comes around and says, "No, don't do that, don't do that." And they drop half of it and take off, and she's throwing her arms up in the air. And of course, this is all being captured on a video from someone's parked car.
That's a federal offense.
Yeah, this is big time Charlie. I mean, all the people who are going to, not have bills paid or get checks in the mail from the I mean, this is unbelievable. And again, now I hope nobody did anything. I don't see any video of anybody doing anything. And I hope she got at least their license plate number. She didn't seem to be doing much other than waving her hands. Man, they should be armed, shoot those people. Jeez.
Did you see the cartoon I sent you before that?
Oh, yeah, with well, do you have to describe it?
It's a Muslim guy with a turban in the bathroom.
Yeah, and there's a automatic electric toothbrush.
And he's looking at it askance.
I don't know what this is.
No, he's looking at after the last few days. He ain't gonna touch anything else electric.
Yeah, he's not if you hit the old on button. A little nervous, are you, sir? Oh, anyway, my God, 5:55. Flounder, how about a little something special there, sir? What do you think? Yes, it's another edition of Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse, where we endeavor to bring you, the little people, just a hint of a ray of sunshine into your miserable lives. Yes, live theater usually does it, and we're here once again to make your day just a little brighter. Today's episode, The Grammar Nazi. The scene, a living room. A man and a woman are sitting on a couch. The woman turns to the man and says,
"You need to do more chores around the house."
Can we change the subject?
Okay. More chores around the house need to be done by you.
And scene.
You did it. You pulled it off. Oh, they love this. A grammar play. Where else can you get the actual cockles of your heart steaming with love and affection any more than with the three of us on, well, a special occasion at least once a week, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to bring the light and love into your miserable lives with Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater Bad Text Playhouse.
See, change the subject of the sentence.
Well, yes, the subject, the object of the accusative case of the, Are you going to the store with I? No, you're going to the store with me. So you wouldn't say he and I, anyway, 557, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, sex-crazed seniors are responsible for alarming rates of sexually transmitted diseases, and the figures are going to be even worse for 2023. The last ones they have are 2022. Syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia of people over 55 have more than doubled in the last several years. The sex-crazed seniors in South Dakota lead the list of people getting syphilis in America over 55. Washington, D.C., the old people get the most gonorrhea, and Alaska has the most recorded cases in old people of chlamydia.
Was Florida in there? I'm sorry, was Florida in there?
I thought it'd be Florida and Arizona.
Yeah.
Sun City, Arizona used to be the capital of herpes and everything else, and the seniors in the Sun City older folks. Anyway, good grief. All I know is, hey, well, listen, Flounder, almost time for the weekend. How about one more Flounder's Funny as we prepare to rip out and head on elsewhere places here. Almost ready.
Yeah, where is it? Let me find. There it is.
There we go.
And here we go.
We grew up the right way. That's why we act right. And as a Southerner, we all knew it took a village. Everybody's allowed to whoop you, wasn't it? Everybody. You do something at your friend's house, honey, that mama's coming at you with a spatula. They're like Zorro. That's why I say most soldiers, I don't know if you know this, but in our military, our U.S. military is 85% Southern. That's right. God bless our troops. Why? Because they grew up with original terrorism, honey. When you had to go pick your own switch to be whooped by somebody hours later. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
You wait till they get home, you're going to get your ass beat. And you'd always go out and try to find that brittle one, that dry one that would snap in the wind. My mama would go out and find the greenest one out there. Bendy as hell.
Yeah, the day I brought back a really loose little bitty switch to be whipped on the back of my bare legs, my mother said, "Oh, no, you don't." She'd get us in the back of our legs, my friend, with a switch. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, I got to go. You're killing me. Boys, have a great weekend, and so much more coming up next week. All right, Christine, sing me home, baby. All right, boys. Hoorah. Herp, look out.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3 FM.